Right out of the fucking gate. Holy shit.
Oh,
Yeah, well, we'll take that part out.
There's no such thing as bad publicity.
This is true. This is true. But we're all, so the whole goal is to hear your voice.
Oh, well.
Right? That's the goal. That's
Yeah.
the goal. So we can finish our conversation that we've had before, but now we can record it instead of
Yeah. Is it going right now?
just. Oh yeah, we've been going for a while. He'll
Be
cut
for
out
real.
the thing where you said the N-word.
We have been going.
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good. I really haven't, I just came as I was today, so I really haven't.
That's good. You look good. I mean, you feel your head's in the game.
So
your
this
dog's
is
good?
going right now. We're starting
Yeah.
our podcast.
We've
right
already
now.
started.
Okay,
It.
great.
That's the
There
best
really
part.
wasn't like a 3, 2, 1.
No, I
thing,
just
but-
this. Bam. We're
Oh.
like, that's the clapper. See, we got the official one right here,
Oh yeah.
but it's kind of not filled out. So
Well,
I just did the hand.
are you gonna introduce me? Like, do they know who I am? Talking.
Nobody knows who you are. We're gonna make that a mystery until we get halfway through,
Oh, okay.
and then we'll do that. I kind of messed that up with the beginning because we were gonna do I was gonna do a whole intro in the beginning just to explain what this all was and what
Yeah.
we're doing again.
They already know who
Because
you
and I will give that in the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm gonna redo the intro at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
So to reiterate to everybody, what we're doing here, and the whole point is to hear everybody's voice, to hear
yeah.
the people that want to be in on the Garage Pod and be part of it, and the whole
Yeah.
point is to have their voice heard, your generation's voice to be heard. So, yeah, I mean, you can introduce yourself if you want.
Well.
Yeah, let's
I don't-
let's
I don't-
start.
I don't
Let's
have
do
to.
the official beginning interview and you can tell us your name and then tell us all kinds of fun facts about yourself. And
Okay.
where you're from, and it would be like if you're introducing yourself in a corporate meeting or
Yes.
in class, and you were in 7th grade.
Okay.
My name's Ellie.
I am Ellie Fulford. I know Greg from my parents. They became friends I don't know, it's got to have been like 8,
Yeah,
9
something like that,
years
9
ago.
years.
I remember you went to the Beastly Ball with them one time. I remember you guys showing up to my house when I was in 7th grade, and then I didn't really see you guys again for like 3 years, and then
just kind of reappeared.
you
at that
just
point?
started reappearing more, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's Greg, and I don't know, you just came over here and there, and then I knew Henry and Lucy from school, and
Yeah. Nobody knows
Yeah.
who they are. I don't tell
yeah,
anybody who they are.
they don't matter.
So I
Not
don't really,
that.
we don't really,
Yeah.
get into all that. But. All right.
Was
so
I not supposed to say that? Sorry.
no, you can say it. It doesn't matter. We'll either bleep it out or cut
Nothing
it.
is too
or
far.
We probably won't. Yeah, nothing's too far, and everything's on the table. I mean,
Yeah.
everything's on the table. So what we're gonna do is, and I mean, I guess he's got these cameras set up. I mean, whatever. He stepped away for a second now, but they're all set up the way he wants them
Yeah.
set up, which is good because he knows how to produce. I don't, and when I was doing this by myself, it was difficult to do this by myself. So here's our board.
Yeah.
And you can't see that board, Jared. That board's not set up now, is it? To camera angle this to cut to this at all, is it? So I can't really set it up here. Right? It's okay. It doesn't really matter. Remember, we were gonna put one right over there
You want to just
to
hold
shoot
it
it.
up for a second?
No, I know. I'm just gonna hold it up, and we can do this in the intro as well.
Read that. You can go back.
Can you read it? That's fine, but we'll stick it here, so you can see it from there.
Yeah.
Right. So the board's here. The audience can't see it, but that's okay. We'll pan to it once in a while or something. You can do your magic. Mm-hmm. Right? He's super camera shy all of a fucking sudden. Like you don't want to say anything now. Like that's fine. You can sit down. It's all good, man. You worked hard. Getting all this going. So there's 47 categories on
Yeah.
here, and so how it goes is you pick any category or categories probably that you want to talk about, anything you want, but I get to ask the questions.
Okay.
So I'm going to come up with the questions, and we'll see where it goes.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
there's one on there that I've been looking at, like, how can we get this conversation going? What's going to
Oh.
lead to the most
Really?
stuff?
Well, okay, so we should
And-
start with that then for sure then.
To me,
If it's
like,
the hardest one.
not the hardest one, and it's one I kind of want you to question me on because I think about it all the time, but
See what
it's God. I have God.
Number 40, God.
I'm super, like, I don't really, I mean, I was raised Christian, but I'm just, like, I am so open to so many ideas, and I want to figure it out. I want to figure out why humans are here, why we're here, who created the earth, like, I don't know. I think about it all the time. I go to bed every night, like, what even are we doing right now? And I think that could get into so many other, that could lead to everything. I know we kind of align a little bit politically and other. I feel like, yeah, we could have some good conversation here if we started with God.
So what's God mean to you? Like, what define God?
Creator
Of everything?
Everything. Yeah.
Is God, can you describe God?
I can't, because what I've kind of come to figure out is, people say, is God real, is God not real? God is real. It's about figuring out who God is. So if you think God is like the universe, or I don't know, like maybe God created this and there's nothing after, or I don't know, just God is real. It's like, who is God? Is it just the universe and it just created, God just created itself and everything, and it doesn't appear? Or that's just one thing that I think a lot of people have to understand when they're like, oh, do you think God's real? Like, no, God is real, but who is God? So is it the God of the Bible? That's kind of how I think of it when it comes down to it.
Is it like some dude sitting on a throne with big white beard and big white robes and?
I don't know. I hope so. I hope for the best. I hope for the one that, like, when we
that you can talk to.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope one that's a relational God, and you die and you go to heaven and you get to reflect on your life. But I don't know. I've kind of gotten into reincarnation. I kind of am starting to kind of.
All right. So hold that thought for just 1 second. So, Mr. Producer, the producer, you got to kill that music, man. We got Neil Young playing, and it's okay. Just, kill it now, because it might not even hear on the mics. But I'll tell you, you got to walk this way. You're gonna sit in front of that camera. That's okay. You're good. It's all good. Don't worry. Reach up there on the top left. There's a button. No, the stereo underneath the TV. There you go. Right there. Oh, no, go up to the top left. Very top. Hit it. There you go. Man, that's awesome. I think we're all right with the little bit of music that came in the beginning. I think we'll be all right with that, because I don't want to cut this. This is awesome. Okay, right. So you're getting a reincarnation now. What do you feel like? What were you before this life? Come on, what were you? Like, who were you?
What?
If you're reincarnated now, who were you in a past life?
I don't know, but sometimes in my head, like, okay, now everyone's gonna know I might be a little crazy or mentally ill, but I will, I'll think of something in my head, and I'll understand, like, the thought, and then it'll go away, and I'll be like, what was I just thinking about? And it'll kind of be like a flashback or something, or it'll be like something that I know in my life I've never related to, but I couldn't give you prime examples, because I think of it, goes through my head, and then it, like, kind of goes away, and I was like, what was it? It was such a familiar
like
thought
deja
process.
Vu?
Kind of, maybe like that. It's super hard to explain. I wish I could, like, write it down in the moment, but I can't. But I had one earlier today. It was something about cutting hair, and I don't know. It sounds crazy right now, but what I go back to is, like, when you go to science and they say energy cannot be created or destroyed. So your soul is kind of like energy. So it's not going anywhere. So it goes somewhere. You got to think, I don't know. That's just my perception on it.
Okay, is this something that's kind of new that, like, you're just getting into now, or have you kind of been
so,
into it?
No, I think, like, the last, like, 6 months I've been like, that might be very, very likely that's what happens.
So where do you think you're going to go? Like, do you think you have any control over it? Like, can you control it?
I don't know. I've also been figuring out there's a difference between what you hope for and what you truly actually believe. I would hope that, like, the energy that you gave out in your life, like, if you gave positive energy, you'll go towards that kind of source. But I don't know. I think you might get thrown around. That's why I always say, be nice to everyone. You might end up in the middle of a war zone in the Middle East and die right away, which maybe that's a good thing, because then you go to the next life and maybe you'll have a better situation.
If you don't? But what if it's a worse situation, though? See, everybody always thinks it's better, right? What was there was a famous line in a movie that was like, how come everybody was always somebody famous in a past life?
Yeah.
Like, nobody was ever Joe Schmo. Right? That was from Bull Durham.
Yeah.
Well, you were Joe Schmo in a past life? You got your hand out. You really?
I think I am now.
There's nothing wrong with that. Joe Schmo is cool, right? Joe Cool. What's wrong with Joe Schmo? I like Joe. I want to be Joe Schmo. I'd love to be Joe Schmo.
I don't know.
Right? I mean, but everybody is famous, and I think they're all like, yeah, I was Marie
know.
Antoinette in a former life.
No, it's crazy because we're like around like Abraham Lincoln. Like one of us was. If my theory is correct, I don't know. It's just a theory or something that I think about.
Or
like,
maybe we were passing at that. There could be a passing too. But if that theory is correct, though, could it be also that then it continued on? It's continued on for a long time.
like how,
Like, it
how
wasn't
so do
just-
you mean that?
Like, it didn't just happen in like Abraham Lincoln times. Like, there was where were you? Where was your soul or your being or your energy prior to that as well?
Oh,
I mean, it goes
gosh.
back to. Then where's it go back to?
That I did not have the answer to that question.
And where are we
quite
going?
yet.
Because and is it an endless? What if it's a loop?
I hope not. I hope not.
What if this is like an opportunity to get things right? Like, you got to figure out how to
Yeah,
get
or
things
you
right.
live your life until you do it right.
You're
perhaps.
Right.
You're in this endless loophole.
You're in the
until
loop.
you-
Yeah. And then once you get it right, or maybe you level up. Like,
Yeah.
when you get things more right, you treat people better, whatever it is.
Yeah.
The quantification, or qualification, I should say, of leveling to the next level, you have to get those things right. You have to do them right. You can't.
Perhaps, yeah. I don't know. I haven't.
know.
I guess I haven't thought that too far into it, but
What do you?
I don't know. It's a question. I know you're asking me the questions, but I love to hear everyone's perspective. Like, what do you think? Am I allowed to ask you questions? What do you actually
You
think?
can ask me whatever you want. I'm not going to answer anything because it's not about me. Just
Okay.
kidding.
You did say that
What-
in the rules, in the instructions.
I don't know. I
but-
mean, I'll tell you a little bit. What do I think? I'm not opposed to reincarnation. I'm not opposed to it. I don't know if I can wrap my arms around it or my brain around it.
I can't. No, you can't.
I have
It
a hard
makes my
time
head
with
hurt.
it. I want
Yeah.
to, because I do kind of understand it, or I feel like I understand it.
Yeah.
But I just I want to have mindfulness and understanding, and I feel like reincarnation, you lose it all. You go into the next
Yeah.
level or the next life,
Your
and
life
you
wasn't
can't
as
remember
meaningful.
anything.
Yeah.
And I want to remember.
No,
like,
absolutely. I want one life. I don't want
Yeah.
it to be. I don't want that.
Like, don't you want to remember this life? Like, do you think you do when you die?
No. Well,
So, like,
I
let's
don't-
say, I mean, do you feel like that there's some consciousness somewhere, or
maybe at the end of it all, you'll be able to reflect. I don't know. I'm saying, like, I kind of do believe I believe that could be one of the. I think if we got it down to three ideas, I think that would definitely be in the three. But
Okay.
I don't. There's a difference. Like I said, there's a difference between what you hope for and what you believe. That's kind of what I believe. It's not what I hope for. God, no. I do not want to. I could not. Just think of, like, hundreds. You have, like, 600 years of
of
going
memories
through all
and
these lives,
ideas and thoughts?
yeah, and it all goes to waste at the end because
Yeah,
you
that's a
can't
good
even
point.
remember it.
What about just coming back as like a dog?
Oh,
Like, there might be something nice about that.
yeah.
You just come back and, like, your life is just about, like, maybe barking at the mailman a little bit, getting some treats, you know, once in a while.
That
you
would
get
be
to
nice.
Pee in
That
a
would be
fire
really
hydrant.
nice. Yeah.
And then you get a lot of stomach rubs, and
Yeah.
there's no
I
anxiety.
don't know. That's
there's
the
no
whole thing
worry.
bringing up that topic. Is like, do you come back as a human every single time, or do you turn into the grass, or do you become
I
a
don't know.
different? I'm a girl now. I could be a boy in the next. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. My dog's over there. He's just, like, laying there. He's just
Milo.
like, what the are you talking about?
I always wonder what their perception on life is. Like, they just kind of go with the flow. They have no idea what's coming next. They just live in the moment.
Yeah, they say that they don't have a conception of time. They don't understand
Yeah.
time. Like, when you're gone and you come back, like, home, like, whether you went to the store or you've been gone for a year, doesn't matter to
it's the
them.
same.
They still know.
Well, what
They
did
still-
I?
like, it's still the
You know,
same.
like dog years and human years, there's so much different. Like,
Right.
a human year is like 7 dog years and whatever. So when
Right.
you leave for 5 minutes, maybe it's like an hour to them.
I don't know. It just
I don't
seems
know,
like
it's
kind of a
very-
cool, simple life.
Yeah. Oh, I'm jealous of my dogs.
Do
My
you-
dogs have no idea even how spoiled they are. It's unreal. I don't know.
So tell,
They're brats.
what kind of dogs do you have again? Say
Oh my gosh, stop. This is going to take up the whole podcast now. I could talk about them
Uh,
all day. I'm a huge.
We're going on to animals.
Oh my gosh.
But animals aren't even on here, I don't think. They should be. They should be 48.
Add it, 48.
We're going to add
Animals.
48. And I couldn't find my pen because I was going to add something. But we'll add animals to it once we find the pen. So,
Well,
all right, come on. Give
Gosh.
us, give it, a- give it, give it, give it
I
up.
got a
Give a few minutes about your,
Newfoundland.
yeah. What do you got?
I got a Newfoundland. He's 170 pounds. He's a big baby bear.
170 pounds.
170
That's
pounds,
a
yes.
beast.
And he's a gentle giant. Would never hurt anything. And then I got Bruce. He's a Bernese Mountain Dog. Comes in at 150. And he's a cute pup, but he's got some anxiety and does some weird shit and barks a little bit too much. But I love him. I love both of them. They're the greatest. They got an Instagram. May I shout it out? May I use this as a shout out?
For sure.
At Bruce and Cook. Definitely give them a follow because I take it very seriously. You heard that, yes.
You got 320 pounds of dog there, which is probably no food at all. And they drool at all?
It's.
I say that because I know they drool. My pants
but
are
it's
always
worth
wet
it.
if I come over.
They're worth everything.
Sierra took off, didn't she? Bye, Sierra.
Bye, Sierra. Well,
all right, we'll see you back for the threesome. All right.
That's crazy, great.
All right, we had Sierra there, and she was hanging out with us for a little bit, and she'll come back maybe, and she'll join us, and if not, then no big deal. We'll see her another time, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Give her the blessing.
Mm-hmm. Animals, you got to add that on there. What was today at work? I was on TikTok during my break. I want to ask you about this because 2009. Do you remember Travis the chimp?
Yep.
Gosh, I just got into that story today, and I'm
really?
horrified. I never had heard about it.
Tough.
I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna watch the Oprah interview because I just horrified. I'm so horrified over that story.
You want to elaborate for those who don't know?
Okay, let me do that.
Yeah,
Travis the chimp was, and maybe you know a little bit more because this is TikTok that I literally saw it on and I watched I don't know, but was a chimpanzee adopted when he was really young by two Americans from Connecticut, and he was raised as their son. So did human things with them, sat at the dinner table with them, and as he got older. He had a brother, so it was Travis, and there was another brother, and the two parents. And as he got older, he got a little bit more enraged over things. His anger got a little bit out of control. I think when he was 14, he was probably 14 human years.
Kind of like how kids are.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Pretty much.
Got enraged in a fight, and a family friend was over, and he mauled her nearly to death. It was very gruesome. It was. Yeah. It's a tragedy. It's super sad. It's horrible. Just a terrible, terrible story that I just can't believe it really is true. And today I just heard about it today, and it's crazy.
Yeah, and. So tell everybody though what you do though. What's your job?
So
because you got a great job.
Oh yes, I work at a dog. I'm a dog person. I work at a dog daycare and I clean up their shit and have them bark in my face all day. And it's
but your
great.
TikToks are super cool. Though.
No, it really is.
Because you're dancing with these dogs.
Yeah.
And
Oh my gosh, it is.
It comes through though. You really love these dogs.
Oh yeah, I absolutely do, and it's great. And I do something different every day. Sometimes I think sometimes the videos will throw people off and be like, it's the best job. It really is, but there's some moments like today when I just I'm I am gonna hit somebody's dog over the head. Well, they jump up and scratch me. It's train your dog or I'll train your dog for you.
Get your fucking dog down.
But I love them. It's the best. I really could not imagine having a better job right now. It really is great. And
yeah, that's cool. That's awesome.
Snuggling them all day, and it's great. It's a great job.
That's awesome. What would you say that animals are they're freaking important.
Oh yeah.
They're so. I can remember when my dog died, and I was just crushed. I mean,
it is like a person. It is.
It is.
It really is.
If you, I think you have to have animals and then maybe lose them to understand that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Because it's soul. It can be soul crushing.
If you haven't had that relationship with an animal and lost it, you might not understand as much. But when people tell me that their dog passed away, I feel for them like they would say it was a person.
Right. Yeah, it's they provide so much that's not really almost even describable in some sense. I mean, obviously the love and the compassion, all those cool words, but there's just, especially if you really connect with your pet,
Oh my gosh,
Oh
yes.
shit balls, is it awesome?
Yeah, and it's just such a
Right.
big part of your day that when you
Yeah.
it's such a big change to have to
And
go through
just to
and
be loved unconditionally.
absolutely, and they don't give
so,
a
yeah,
crap
they don't
what
give a
you
shit.
say or what you
Nope.
look like or
Right.
if you're
Yep.
fat or I don't know. I don't
Do you
know.
worry about that? Do you worry about that really?
That's another conversation.
Okay. Okay. That's not on the board.
Another thing.
We
we're gonna have like 60 on there. By the time I
Yeah,
leave.
by the time we're done, we're gonna add a lot. I haven't had people
Yeah.
add so many. We've already
Yeah.
added like 3 already, and
Yeah.
I haven't had people add that many so quickly. So,
What do you have?
just FYI, 35 rando. Rando is any subject you want to talk about.
Yeah.
So you can pick anything. Like it's not these on the board. Just anything you want. It's a rando. It's rando.
Well, you got a lot of great
Rando.
ideas on there.
You
I
know,
think.
so-
Just,
What else you got? Pick something else. Decisions. So many. It's
Yes.
like a kid in a candy store,
just gonna.
right? Right. Jared wants to throw something out there.
Yeah, do
Don't ya?
it.
I got nothing.
You,
Got nothing.
we might make you.
Oh, you're.
What do you
want
wanna
to
hear?
Pick?
Yeah.
I can pick
She's-
for you.
Oh, absolutely, do it.
All right.
Oh gosh,
See, now you're.
I'll be like pick again if you say something.
Right,
What do you
could
think
happen.
I would have just a crazy opinion on, or
Internet.
oh god, internet?
How long could you go without getting on the internet?
I did a week, I think, a year ago. When
You
I
did
was
a
in
week?
when I was in Alaska. I had no service. I was in the middle of like,
Are you kidding?
yeah, Alaska. I
That's
was
a
in the
long
middle
fucking
of
time.
literally. Can I say butt fuck on here? Like
Yeah, you
butt
can say
fuck
butt.
nowhere.
You can say whatever you want.
Like I could take a gun and shoot everybody I was with, and nobody would find us. I gotta say, no one would find us for probably months. Like it was crazy how in the middle of nowhere I was. So I went a week, and it was really great. Like when I got like the notifications started coming in from my phone when I got back into Harbor area where you got service, I was kind of like, dang, I wasn't really prepared for that.
The phone just blew
Yeah.
up, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel kind of free?
Absolutely. It was right before I went to college. So it was just such a big turning point in my life where I kind of took it as,
Feel cleansed?
yeah, like I just need to reflect. I just need to be in the, no, it was so great. I have such a great blessing of having my grandpa have that opportunity to go and do that. He has two great, how do I say this without bragging? Because he's a really humble person. So he has two not luxury, like yachts
Right.
in Alaska. And he had one in Hawaii at one point, and he likes the cold, rainy weather like that. That's his thing. And
Right.
but it was such a great time and really just
Had a good time. Just
absolutely.
chilling, right? No.
Yeah, and
internet.
with your family and pondering life and thinking about life and
All right, so you were controlled at that point. You couldn't get on the internet because it wasn't a choice. Have you
Yeah.
ever taken a moment where you've been like, you know what, I'm going like 24 hours?
I've
without-
tried, but I can't do it when I have my phone right there, and I'm just like, well, let's just see. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
just see what's going on. Just
Yeah.
in case I miss something.
I know. I remember
Nobody wants a FOMO.
my dad came probably a few days late due to some health issues at the time, and he got in the boat. He was actually flown into this like little town in Alaska, and we were like, has anything happened in the world? Like what has happened? And I think the governor of New York, what was his name, Andrew Cuomo, resigned or something. That was the only thing that we really got out of
Bit
him,
scandal there.
because we didn't know, like, what if, like, I don't know, like something comparable to like 9/11 had happened
Right,
or
right,
something.
right.
Like we wouldn't know. And but just a really fun time to have that break from the internet, because I think it can totally get too much with social media and stuff and whatnot, I guess. But
Yeah, it can warp your brain a little bit, can't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I think it's kind of a cleansing feeling sometimes when you step away from it and just kind of get off social media, because do you feel like that it can really? Do you feel like you're stuck in an algorithm sometimes where you don't see other perspectives because of the internet?
oh,
The way that-
absolutely. I think a lot of people put on like a facade of who they are and what they're actually doing in life. And yeah, I guess I'm a strong person. I'm pretty tough. I can't get like insecure easily seeing other people, but I can tell people who making a huge effort to make themselves a different person online, I can tell that insecurity right away, or I can tell what's real and genuine and what's not.
And the ones that are trying to be hardos.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
just,
yeah.
And
I
be
don't know.
something
It's
that they wanna be.
gotten so out of control. I don't know what an influencer is. I think that's kind of gotten out of control where everyone's an influencer. If they
Everybody
have-
is, aren't they now?
Well,
Like, it
absolutely,
seems like-
but people that's their career is posting pictures of what they do. Like, how many influencers can we have? Who's paying for all these people to live like this? I don't know. Beats me.
It's actually a really good point. It's actually
Like,
a
how are they
fascinating
making
point.
money? Like, everyone's getting all these sponsorships, but how many sponsorships are even there? Because there's, like, so many of them. Like, think about all the people who've been on The Bachelor season one time, and that's what they do the rest of their lives. Like, what? I don't know.
Yeah, how much money can you actually be making from that?
That's crazy. Well, some people can make so much. Like, it can get crazy, but even the people who aren't making money, it's like, is that really all you do? I don't know.
Well, like, it's kind of
OnlyFans? Is OnlyFans on there?
No, that's part of the internet.
Oh,
That's part of the
gosh.
internet, but what do you think of OnlyFans?
Do what you gotta do. I would never do that, but
I think it's kind of jaded a little bit towards females, although I think there are males. There's males that,
what would a male post?
well, I think they're posting themselves naked, playing with themselves.
Really?
What else are they
That's
going to
allowed?
post? What are they going to post? Well, that's what females are doing.
How would you know?
How would I know that?
Because I don't know. I'm not really subscribed to anybody's OnlyFans, but
I do
I know
not
it gets-
subscribe to any OnlyFans, but I am on the internet quite a bit.
yeah,
And so I've heard a few things here. and there.
yeah,
So that's primarily what it is. It's primarily it's either themselves or
But
or
can't you,
sex
like,
with others,
screenshot
or it's
it?
porn, or it's just porn, and it's just I mean, not that who's paying for that nowadays, but you just go to Pornhub, but no free shout outs, by the way. Which I really shouldn't have Happy Dad on, but whatever. I'm wearing it because I'm wearing it.
Can't you
I
like
just wore it today,
screenshot
so.
the OnlyFans and then I don't know?
And then just send it to everybody.
Yeah, then
I
everybody.
don't see
has
why you
it.
can't. I
Like,
don't know.
it's-
Why not?
I don't know.
I know that my understanding of it is that it did not start out as a sex site. It wasn't about paying to go to a sex site. It was
Yeah.
about, I thought it was for it's just creators in
Yeah.
general. But then it
Just
just
like exclusive content.
correct.
to-
And if you just wanted to pay for content, whether it was $1 or 10 cents or $50 a month, or whatever the hell it was,
Yeah.
but it didn't last. I mean, obviously it didn't last at all. And then it just went bananas right after that. Because it came about, I thought, during the pandemic, when the pandemic started. So a lot of people that were necessarily in the sex business, right? So they weren't able to make any money. So like strippers and
Oh yeah.
so
Absolutely.
it's a great opportunity for them to continue making money. So they use the internet as a way to make a living.
Interesting.
So that's my small understanding of it.
Yeah.
And whatever, to each his own.
Do what you gotta do.
It's not my thing.
Not into it. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. I mean, this is not a plug for my OnlyFans page.
Yeah. Subscribe.
What are you laughing at? Like, you don't think I could have an OnlyFans page?
I'm sure you do.
You know, I
you post feet
could. I
pics?
just said I could. I didn't say I did or I didn't. I'm saying I could. Could, maybe. Nobody would pay $1 to see me. Not $1 a month. 50 cents maybe, not $1. All right. Where do you think the internet's headed? You think
Too far.
Do you think do you think the internet's headed in a positive direction where it can be used for good? Like, remember when Facebook was overthrowing countries? People, like, small countries the people of the country were using it to overthrow their government as a method of communicating with
Yes,
each other.
absolutely.
And it was like, damn, that was kind of cool. Oppressive
Yeah.
governments were falling because of the technology that social media had.
Oh yeah.
Do you think, which in my opinion, I think it's a good thing. Do you think that is headed in a good direction, that we could be heading that way? Or do you think it's really getting worse? Like, the internet's getting fucked up. Like, there's some really fucked up shit out there.
There's far too many benefits to say that, to make the argument that it's going in a negative direction. I think with the fake news, I could talk about that all day. The fake news and the censorship, oh gosh.
Well, yeah, all right, so let's talk about that.
It has gotten crazy to the point where it's like there's no such thing as news anymore. You can't trust anything. I see one thing. I think the first thing I see if something big happens is definitely on social media, and then I'm like, oh shit, I should probably look into this. And then I do a little bit more research and see what is actually going on. But so absolutely it's in a positive direction with everything that it's contributed to our society and whatever we are doing, but there's a lot of downsides where it's really fucked us over sometimes with the fake news and the false narratives that fly so far. And it's like, people actually believe that. People actually, their whole source is from one thing that they see, and they don't think, holy crap, there's 8 billion people in this world, one person wrote this, and they're absolutely correct.
Right.
Come on.
And either they don't think it through, they don't follow up to see other sources.
People believe what they want to believe. And that's the thing.
And they're living emotionally.
Absolutely.
And so it pulls on an emotion, and if it pulls on that emotion, they go, fuck it. It validates my own thinking, so it must be true, and I'm rolling with it.
Emotion will take people, and that's what happens every single election, is people vote on their emotions, and people, I'll tell you again, 2024, let's say May 2024, there's going to be some emotion arising in the media, and it's going to, whichever side you are on, that's what's going to pull you, and you're not going to look into what actually is going on in this country, because we're fucked right now. Oh my gosh, we're fucked. And people are going to, they're going to use your emotion. That's what you're going to vote on. So, and I'm telling you right now, that is what's going to happen. And dare I say, there's going to be another George Floyd in May of 2024. And not that was a very tragic thing, but the media is going to take it so incredibly far, where emotions are going to go spiral and people are going to go crazy.
The mainstream media doesn't really have a filter. All they care about really is just selling. I mean, this is my opinion, if the strings aren't being pulled by the people that own that media outlet, then they are just out to sell ads, and it's just about mind share. They just don't. They don't care about the facts on anything. It's just, I heard on the news the other night they had darn it, I can't remember the total facts of all of this, but the theory was that somebody called in. I thought it was NBC News, and something happened with some pilots, and they called in and said that they knew the names of the pilots. Did you hear about this? And they gave these really funny names like Jimmy Bendover or something like that, and the news outlet just read the names on the air like right away.
Oh my gosh! I saw this too.
Yeah, did you see this? And
That's crazy.
then they had to retract it right away because their media.
Like, oh, it was a joke.
It was a joke
to hook people. Or we're like,
social
was
media
it
blew
really?
up within like 2 minutes, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, those names were not correct on that." And it was like, because they didn't care. The mainstream didn't care. They just wanted to get out there so they'd keep their mind share of the people that are watching them.
Gosh,
they don't give a shit
I want to
about
look into that because I actually saw that somewhere, and that's
funny.
Hilarious.
It was pretty good. Yeah, but put something in there like throw something in because it was really funny. It was really funny.
Yeah.
But social media is just a billion influencers out there. That's all it is everybody's an influencer. Back to that, and so if somebody has a strong opinion and they're attractive to people, it doesn't matter what they say, people believe it, right?
I feel bad for a lot of those people. I feel like they don't even have their own opinions, and they kind of
I know
it's the mob mentality is.
Yeah, they're regurgitating somebody else's thing, and then it's just a bunch of people coming together.
Whatever they think collectively, people will think is right and moral in their opinion and nicest and best.
Jared's going to go calm the dog down from him barking. I don't know if you can hear. Yeah, I'm sure you can hear that now, but
Milo.
Yeah, but poor guy. He just wants his voice heard too.
Yeah.
That's why we're in a garage. That's what happens. You got the dog outside. It's summertime. So with things like TikTok? Like, what's your opinion of TikTok? And
I think TikTok is amazing. I think it's great. I think it's crazy how many people will say, or I say this every day, or guess what I learned on TikTok? It's so easy to learn stuff and to get inspired, and I think that is probably the best social media outlet right now. I think it's just the best.
TikTok could be number one.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's great. Imagine going through the pandemic without TikTok. Were you in TikTok around the pandemic?
I was not.
Well, you went through a really tough time then, because
I would say that I love TikTok.
oh my gosh, it's great.
I do love TikTok. To me, it's so entertaining, but I also can go down a rabbit hole real fast and get hooked into that algorithm, and it's feeding me, and then all of a sudden, like, an hour's gone by, and it's
my gosh.
Oh, shit. That's where I have a little bit of I have to really be conscious.
A lot of people have that experience where they will have to say, I had to delete it because I couldn't control myself on it.
So, and I did that for a while with everything with social media.
Yeah.
I did that for like 18 months, 20 months. I completely got off I deleted all my accounts. Facebook I've had since 2007. I deleted it. Everything in it. Facebook was
so you have no account.
Violent
you didn't
with
just
me.
take
They
it
were
off
so
your phone.
angry. Oh no, I didn't just delete the app. I deleted my account, and they kept saying, "Well, no, we're not going to delete it yet. You have like 30 days. You know, are you sure?" And they would send me emails.
Oh my gosh.
Every day.
Just create a new one when you want.
Are you sure you want to do this? And it was just like, okay. And then I was getting more and more angry. I was getting pissed about it. So I was like, yeah. So I ended up doing it. Kind of wish I hadn't. I wish maybe I'd have kept it. Maybe. Here's what was funny about Facebook was, so I don't know, I probably had 500 on there, 600 friends on there. And then I got back on after like 20 months, I think I was off of everything. Instagram, all of it, Twitter. I was off everything.
What made you go back?
I didn't even go on Google. In fact, I got off Google. I went on DuckDuckGo because I just felt like I was being tracked. I put on my tinfoil hat. It was crazy, right? And then I kind of came back down to earth a little bit. And so I came back on because I wanted to re-engage. I felt like I could own the internet in some sense. Mm-hmm. Like I felt like it didn't control me anymore. I could control it.
Yeah.
And I still struggle sometimes with it when I find myself like, motherfucker, I've been on TikTok for an hour. You dumbass. You just wasted an hour of your life. It should have been 8 minutes.
Wasting your life. Think about everything you just learned in that hour. Or new
Truth.
Perspective that you just took in.
Total facts.
It could go either way.
There's a lot of stuff I didn't learn, and it was I was just entertained.
A lot of dog videos and just watching.
There was a lot of crazy shit.
Kids getting hurt.
Yeah.
Like, oh gosh.
So I'm up there with TikTok, and I think everybody has their own avenue of social media that they like. There's certain people that are like I like Twitter. I'll use Twitter as my go-to to figure out if something's happening in the world. Yeah. It's really the first place I kind of go.
Twitter.
Yeah, it'll be
you didn't get sick of Twitter with all the censorship that's gone on and Trump getting banned?
I don't like that. I don't agree with that at all whatsoever. I kind of, the Elon Musk thing was interesting, what he was going to do with it. I really kind of wanted to see him do that because I think that Twitter is the town hall. It is. It is
absolutely, and they don't support the First Amendment, and that's what is.
Oh God, no! And there's so many bots that are behind the scenes that are controlling Twitter that I don't really care for that. So I was really excited about Elon possibly owning it, and then I wasn't sure.
Why are people so upset about that? That's what I didn't understand.
Well, you either love Elon or you don't. I mean, Elon's on that list too. He's 17.
Oh my gosh,
you either love him or you hate him, and
people
that hate him hate him.
I don't. The only thing is, he made it from day one saying that he wanted his critics on there. He wanted everyone to have a voice. He had nothing. And people were taking that. They thought that was such a terrible thing that Trump could possibly, or all these people who have been banned or censored on there could possibly still have their voice. And it was so clear and obvious that was what they were actually scared about. They took it way too far to say Elon was going to take over this and bop this and boop this, and I don't know, but they took it. I thought it was absolutely great. I hope he does it because Twitter, you're right, Twitter is really the town hall, and they don't support the First Amendment, and people say, oh well, it's the government doesn't have to guarantee that. It's a private something and stuff. But wouldn't you agree that we need a space where we can collectively say whatever we want? Technology has gone so far, the internet, like we need that space where you can say whatever you want, and I don't know, I'm kind of losing my thoughts here.
No, I agree. I totally agree with what you're saying, that it isn't, I really think in a free society, it's important that the members of the society are able to say what they want to say. Now, I'm not an advocate for yelling fire in a crowded theater, right? Because that violates the First Amendment. That's a violation. You can't just, when it's going to
hurt and lie,
hurt people and harm people. But that's the question, is how is hurting and harming people defined? Is it, if you just say something I don't like that you say about me, is that now you just can't say anything? Like, how is that?
There's
a difference between hurting feelings and hurting, physically hurting. Like if you yell fire in a crowded theater, people are going to trample each other to get out of there, and they're going to physically hurt each other.
Absolutely. So do you think Twitter should have some guidelines where they're like, you can't post this, or this is not true?
Yeah.
I don't know where you draw that line.
I know, that's a good question.
So where I'm at, question. Like, just say whatever you want.
Who defines that? Who
if you
defines
believe dumb
that line?
shit, that's your fault. If you believe stuff so easily, that's your problem.
Well, look at how much dumb shit's out there already. Wait, look at how much stuff is spewed out there, not just on Twitter, but like on all of them. Like on all of them. Like look at Instagram, Facebook. Look at all of them. There's so much garbage that's out there. I personally believe that. I believe in us as human beings. I think we can figure it out. And I think we have a thirst for being free.
Oh, absolutely.
We have we'll die for that.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, we'll die for that. If you ask, I think anybody in any country, that they'll die for that. They'll die for their freedom.
There's no other way to live.
Right. We can't conceive any other way to live, right? Because that's how we've always been.
Yeah.
But people in China, like, they can't conceive that. They don't understand it.
Yeah.
Because they've been censored for so long.
Oh my gosh.
So,
those poor people.
But I think they'd say that about us. I think they'd say that about the people in the United States. They'd say, well, they're nuts in the United States. They're just all killing themselves.
They're all shooting up schools. They're psycho
like,
and mentally ill.
Who would want to live like that? I'd rather just give away some of my freedoms to the government and let the government tell me how to live and what to do.
Yeah.
And how to act and what to think.
It's a different culture, but I prefer our American freedom and as psycho and crazy as we might be.
Agreed. That's that. I could get on a lot of subjects. We could get on Second Amendment. We could get on guns. We could get on religion. We could get on all kinds of things.
Guns. I think we both. Will you take me shooting?
Let's go.
No, absolutely. I only would do it with my dad. My dad was the only person that did it, but and I like having guns in the house.
Yeah.
I am absolutely, and no, seriously, I'm gonna make you take me because
I
don't have anyone
before
else
you go back to school.
Absolutely, please do, because God forbid I would be the only one in my house that knew how to use a gun, and I don't know too much, so I do want to be able to carry one day and be able to have that. Not that I would do it all the time, but like just have that opportunity. And
well, it's nice to have the ability and the freedom
absolutely
to be able to, if you want to. Do you think that those are the people that are committing most of the crimes in the country, the people that are legally carrying guns, or do you think it's the people that don't have their conceal and carry? Any thoughts on that?
I think bad people are gonna do bad things, and
that's a great answer. It's so fucking true.
It's so simple. Bad people are gonna do bad things, and it doesn't matter how they got them, or it's so sad. It's like, seriously, I see like this shooting. It's so sad. I'm like, dude, what the heck are we doing? Like, come on, people. Like, it's so sad to see the stuff that goes on, but at the end of the day, I'm always gonna be pro Second Amendment, always. And I think more people need to carry. I think our culture it's all about our culture, and our culture is so out of hand. We have disgusting people in this country who do outrageous things, and the only way...
Okay, give me an example. Give me one example. Give me an example of...
Well,
Give me-
our crime is out of control. When you think about school shootings, this didn't happen 20 plus years ago. This is a cultural problem arising in the last 20 years. So these mass shootings that are happening are skyrocketing. They're increasing. It wasn't like
They are increasing, but we have had mass shootings, though. Not mass shoot. Well, I mean, I think today a mass shooting is defined by like 3 or more people.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a different definite. I don't know if I define that as a mass, but maybe.
I'd say like 10. Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, I think maybe like a 10 or a
8 or
dozen or
9. I
something.
don't
Like
know.
Baker's dozen, maybe 13. I don't know. You gotta be 13 dead or so, or at least shot to be mass. So. But shootings have been around for a long time. Like there has been shootings of more than like 3 people at a time. Really, it's been going back since the beginning of the country.
Oh, absolutely.
But there's the prevalence of them is a little bit more today, and of course, you hear about everybody knows about it within seconds. So like every single person knows about it, right? Like. All you gotta do is pick up your phone within like 10 seconds. Everybody knows what's happening anywhere in the country. Where 40, 50, 60, 80, 100 years ago, like it took forever to know what was going on in some other part of the country, what was happening with something. And so I think that maybe slowed things down a little bit or didn't make it so...
There wasn't a pattern that could really easily be followed like that.
Or they weren't, or copycatted immediately.
You know what? We had this discussion when my grandparents came over for dinner, and sometimes my grandpa will say the most, I don't want to, like, ruthless, like, strong, opinionated things. And he said the other day, he's like, you know how to stop this. I think this was after the last school shooting. He said, stop talking about it, stop putting it in the media. Stop sharing it, stop having it be the main cover story. And at first I was like, what? Like, I mean, people should know that tragedy just happened. But as I started to think about it, you're right. The copycats and the patterns are just like, and it's like 2 days later, then there's another thing talking about with the guns, and there was this next shooting and the next shooting, and just
it gets attention, and a lot of them.
It's attention.
That's probably one part of why they do it.
And
is for attention.
Yeah.
For whatever reasons, they have a million different reasons, but.
Oh gosh, it's so confusing and weird. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm kind of like, what if we just stopped broadcasting that and stop? But how could we stop? You know what I'm saying? Then we're insensitive. We're not.
There's a thirst for it. Is the problem? Is that the audience wants to hear it? Like there's a song called "Dirty Laundry" that came out like 30 or 40 years ago, and there's a thirst, right, for it. Like people will watch it, and if they'll watch it, you'll get mind share, and if you get mind share, then you'll get advertisers, and if there's advertisers, and they buy their products, and then it's like the cycle. And then I think some people say, well, that's what's wrong with capitalism. Like you shouldn't be, capitalism is wrong. But the alternative to that, though, the only ones I know about are socialism or communism.
Yeah.
I don't really know any other any modes of method of how a society is financially run, financially or socially through the government. So I don't. So what are the options? I mean, the option's socialism.
Oh
no! Fucking socialist.
No.
Because that's just one step from communist.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, and absolutely. And name a socialist country that's thrived the way that.
Oh shit! None
of
them.
None of them. Like,
none of them do.
We're not. We are America, but I don't think we're going to be the ones to pull it off. Like, and I don't want to be the first ones. I want to be. Once another country, maybe we'll follow that, but we don't follow. We're America. We lead. So.
Right. We're supposed to. Let's go. Let's keep leading. Damn it.
I think we're gonna stay in it. Capitalism for life. We're gonna figure this shit out because. We don't
it's
not
not
really
perfect.
Have choice.
There's
no,
fucked up
absolutely
shit,
not.
right?
Oh my gosh, the corruption when you think about like our government, our politicians who walk out of office way richer than they came in.
Well, the politicians I have strong opinions about that. I mean, they're
Do we dare?
Well, we can go there. Let's go down that little path. Let's go down that political path. All right, and all of a sudden here, now we are number 11.
If you're easily offended, I would.
Yeah, you could turn it off now.
Yeah, this is not what you want to hear.
I would say, though, that... Are you changing batteries there?
No, I'm just panning the board.
You're just... checking out the... I got you. Number 11. Where's it? Politics.
Politics.
So, I would say that I don't think our politicians are here to serve us. I just don't. I don't believe, in
believe in
my
term
opinion,
limits?
I don't feel they're here to serve us as the people of this country. They're here to serve themselves.
Though they make a career out of it.
It's a career.
Think about Nancy
Correct.
Pelosi.
It's not
How
here.
many? Think
All
about.
right. That-
Oh,
you-
I said a bad word.
Yeah, you did.
I don't
because
like
now
her.
I'm sick to my stomach now, and I got an upset tummy now.
I know.
I'm all
Oh, I'm
sick.
sorry. Got some melatonin.
Some melatonin.
Or I don't know. Like think about Joe
Career.
Biden, who was in office for 47 years.
He's been longer than that. It was 47. He
47
has never had another job. It's all he's had as a politician. It's the only thing he's ever known as adult life.
So you're for term limits.
Absolutely fucking lootly
Yeah,
for term limits.
but
There's
how
no
long?
fucking question about it.
Yeah.
But the problem is nobody else is for them. And I think it was Ted Cruz down in Texas. I think it was that he tried to bring a bill forward to have term limits, and nobody would support it because they're all like, "You're screwing us."
Like, yeah, what
So
the
why
hell are we
would we
gonna
do
do
that?
now? Go work
Why-
at
why do we
Burger
do-
King?
why would we do that?
Yeah.
And it's tough. It's hard.
You'll find a job within all your special interest groups. I guarantee there'll be something
They're
else.
just there to make money.
You'll
They're all-
find something. I guarantee it.
Not that I don't want to spend any time on Nancy Pelosi, but I'll say one of there's the thought process was, or I've heard it said, that she could be the first person in Congress to be the first billionaire. She could be.
It's
She
unreal.
could be. I
And
think
her
on
husband
paper
making
she's at
all
around
of this
500 or
money
600
from
million.
that is oh my gosh, stick to my stomach.
There
We
are
should just-
people that watch. It's really
The old bitch
interesting.
needs to go.
They watch what she invests in. They watch the bills that are being signed and what's happening and what's passing through the government,
Yeah.
and then they watch where her investments are, and people mirror her investments. It's
Well, they're
actually
smart. They're
probably
pretty
smart.
smart.
Right,
No,
it's pretty
absolutely.
smart. Not,
You'd be an idiot to not. No,
Right.
That's easy money right there. That's crazy, but.
But even all the rest of them, I mean, and really on both sides of the
it's hard.
aisle,
Who do you
there's
trust
a lot
more,
of fucked
billionaires
up people.
or politicians?
I mean, my first instinct would be a billionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah, because no, probably no brainer there, really. There's my opinion. I think that there's a drive to get to make money. Like it's either a power drive. Mostly, I think it's a power drive. You know, it's that power that drives you to do that. You get to a point where your money there's diminishing return. Like how many things are you gonna fucking buy? How many cars can you buy? How much stuff can you buy?
I
You
know.
can only buy so much stuff. You can only travel so much. You can only give away so much. And I
Yeah.
think most billionaires in this country have given away their money by the time they're dead or as they lead up to their death. You look at all the big ones
Yeah.
that over the years they've given away all their money.
Yeah.
Because there's only so much you can do to spend it. And it gets to a point, I think, I don't know, I'm not there, I'm not a billionaire, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'd
But
love
you
to be.
get to a point where you drive towards that, like you're so driven to make money and create and design and to do things and build. And then you get there, and then after that, it's a power thing after that.
Yeah.
And so maybe not necessarily about keeping it, but about really maybe helping others to achieve that. Maybe I'm being, maybe it's my fantasy and what I'm hoping in my head. So I might be right about that. I don't really know, but my opinion is that I way trust them more than politicians. But politicians, I think, have had that. They've had that reputation forever.
Yeah. How long
and
do you
politicians
think?
across every country, across the board, I think they're just inherently corrupt.
It's just the way.
In some sense, all of them are.
During this one, how long do you think the term limit should be?
Yeah, so I do. I think there should, absolutely, and to the people that are the most powerful, which is Congress.
Yeah. But how
We
many
already
years
had the
do you think?
president.
Like, how many terms do you
I
think
don't
they should
really
be able to
know.
serve?
No,
And-
no more than 2.
No more than 2.
No more.
Here's my
Maybe
thought
1.
process on it is, how much can you get done in 2 years?
Well,
And how much experience do you want them to have? Like, do you want our president? How much experience should our president have in politics? So, in experiences and everything, may I say, look at our president now. He has had 48 years of experience, didn't get a damn thing done, and still
Right.
got voted for
Right.
most popular president. I don't know how that happened, but apparently it did. doesn't, I guess, I think maybe I could
Ding,
be.
ding, ding.
I could
Jared's
be,
ringing the bell.
I could maybe be a better president than Joe Biden. Maybe. Do I dare say he's not fit for the job. He's super unhealthy, and let's go Brandon all day. But at the end of the day, I truly
the
kind
bell.
of.
Oh, sorry, I was grabbing my water.
No, you're all good. I truly actually feel bad for the guy. I feel bad for him, and I think his family sucks, and I think his family should have said, we can't do this, and they fucked over the American people by not, like, honestly, like, anybody else with a brain, like, please, he's a puppet, and we don't know who's running our country. And
Well, that's scary.
it is scary because you know he is not the man. He is not the leader at the end of the table talking and saying, "What are we doing with this country? How are our foreign affairs?" Like, he is like our foreign affairs. He is the man. He is the guy talking with all of these other countries. North Korea, God forbid, we have to have a conversation.
All right, so what do you think about? It's in the news today, right? Here's a hot subject about the basketball player in Russia.
Oh gosh,
What's up? So, the internet screamed about. Biden, you're not doing enough to get her back, and now they got her back. They're getting her back, and
Trump would have had her back. So
they just traded for the Merchant of Death. Well, who was it? What was his title? The Merchant of Death.
Oh my god.
Merchant of Death. Like, this guy was like the worst arms dealer in the history of the planet that we've had in prison for a while, and that was our trade. It was like, wait, what?
Really?
That seems a little unfair. What the fuck's
really?
going on there?
And she hates this country. She
hates the country.
She has
she's
said
been very
to America.
outspoken.
She really hates this country.
It's so
Wonder how she
oppressive.
likes
The
it now.
country's oppressed her quite a bit.
Oh
These were her
gosh.
words.
Well,
were,
I hope that was a rude awakening for her, and she
That's tough.
has a little bit
It's
more
tough luck.
appreciation. Because the first thing is, no, I don't think anybody should be in jail for marijuana charges, like in our country today. So now they need to go back and
it is. It's sad. Like, how about, I feel so bad for all these guys that have been in prison for like 30 years.
they're like, what the?
And they're getting out on weed. And what was the guy? There was something.
Is she going to be charged in America now?
I have no idea. I don't have any clue. But these guys they had this one guy, he got out of prison. He was like, the first thing I saw when I got out of prison for being in jail for like 25 fucking years is I see this billboard. Hey, come buy your weed here, or your weed delivered. Like, I deliver weed, because in some states they deliver. And he's like, what the fuck is going on?
No, why isn't that a priority?
It's just ridiculous.
Seriously. No, and it's Biden's the one
why?
With his
money.
Oh my god.
Because the people that want to make the money on it haven't figured out how to make the money yet. And so that's why only like 29 states have it legal, fully legal. And it'll be decriminalized at some point, but
and everyone needs to be out of jail for it's crazy.
Get their money out of it.
And with Biden's 94 crime bill, the one who put so many predominantly African Americans in jail for charges as marijuana, it's so hypocritical, and it's sad what he has done. And now he made that trade, and that needs to be a priority. This is 2022. Nobody should be serving jail for. I don't give a crap. Right. Come on.
Right? There's so many things
and then
that
they're
going to
be released into society, and they're not. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Like, what the hell, man? So many things.
It's
so many things.
That's just one of those crazy stories, and we think 9 years she was gonna serve there, and I don't know. I think Trump would have had her back a lot faster, but she would never take that deal. Trump would be like, I'll get you out. She'll be like, nope, I'm staying here.
I don't know. She looked interesting when she would walk through the courts. You see the video of her, and she was like so much taller than all these little Russian
just hit him over the
guards and
head.
stuff. It was like, dang, dude, she's freaking huge, man. I mean, I think she's got to be 7 feet. I mean, I think she's 7 feet.
Really?
I think she is 7 feet. I mean, I don't know exactly what she's. You got to fact check that and see where she's at with feet.
Yeah.
But she looks so much bigger than all these little Russian guards. It was like, damn, those are the guys you got on her. She's 6'9". 6'9". That's it. Then they had some small Russian guards because she looked like she was this much taller. She's bending over to get into doorways and stuff.
That's crazy. How does a woman even get to be 6'9"? That's crazy. 6'9".
Well, a lot of people. Stephen Crowell, shout out. I'll shout out Stephen Crowell all day damn long, man. I love Stephen.
But how does a woman get that tall? I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Well, there's women that are that tall.
I don't know.
Women can't grow that high? Only men can grow that tall?
6'4", I think, is like the tallest girl I've ever met or seen. So.
Trying to think. I guess maybe. I don't know anybody at 6'9". I don't know any females that are 6'9".
Yeah,
maybe
that's
6'6",
crazy.
6'4", 6'5", 6'6", maybe. All right. I say we go on to the next subject. What do you got? What else you got?
What do we got?
Decisions. Let's throw one out there. Anything
Do
you
we
want?
dare do racism?
Sure.
Do we dare? I keep saying that.
We
dare?
We do whatever you want. It's your voice, so.
Do we dare do something that we could never be the victim of? Or we could never...
You think that we can't because we're white?
That was I was saying the opposite of what I actually believe. I don't know. People say that all the time. Oh, you can't be racist towards a white person.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I
like,
think you
like
can.
I don't know. I think you can be.
Oh, absolutely, you can.
You can be. It's not. Popular. I mean, it's not fucking popular.
Well, I don't know. I would say I think it's getting more popular now. Like, not to the point, it's never going to be like an oppressive thing towards us, but I think it's
let me see if I got this straight. It's more of a popular thing to say that, yeah, that people can be racist against white people.
Well,
right? Is that what you're saying?
No,
I want to clarify.
Think a lot of people why am I so scared right now? Like, I'm going to get canceled and stuff.
I don't know.
It's just such a
maybe you will. Maybe
daring thing to talk about, and I don't know. Today's social media and stuff will tell you that, but I'm absolutely. I believe in what I believe.
So what do you think that? Do you believe in white privilege?
In like 1965.
No, I mean like today, today in 2022. Do you believe in white privilege?
I'm leaning towards no, but I know I've thought through this before and be like, oh.
No, I don't mean are you privileged personally.
Oh, I know I'm privileged, but like in society.
But I mean, is it because of the pigment of your skin? Is it because of where you come from, or is it because of you're just privileged because we live in a great country and you like have a great family and you have so much resources and support and you're just
I have American privilege.
You're super fortunate in that sense,
absolutely.
like we all fucking are.
I don't know. I think the white privilege narrative is out of control. So I gotta say no. I don't believe in it. And but there might be some little pinpoint in it where I'll be like, I could see that happening. So I'm open to a different idea, but flat out right now I'm saying no. No.
Do you believe that any minority, whatever it is, whether it's Asian, African American, French, Brazilian, doesn't matter, whatever, have been discriminated against in this country?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. When you look at our history right now. And here's the thing that I always think about the two richest races in this country are Indian American and Asian Americans. Do you think they haven't gone through discrimination and hardship in this country? I think, what was it? Gosh, I gotta look more into this. This was probably, when was the Japanese-American War? When Japanese Americans were literally in like camps in the U.S.
In World War II?
Yeah. Because they feared that they would turn their backs on America.
Yeah.
That was in World War II. That was like 1945, something like that.
Right.
1941 to 1945, Pacific War.
Thank you.
Yep.
And they are the richest people in this country. They have turned from their oppression and have made such tremendous strides because of their culture, and they're great, and they've shown that when they've been so successful, with their culture, they take education seriously, and they.
You think we take education seriously in this country? Caucasians, white people in this country take education seriously?
No, I think it's been such a.
It's diluted, isn't it?
It's diluted. I don't think I do. I have so much educational opportunity, and I don't really take it as far as I think other people who are less privileged in other countries would get here and be like, holy crap, you have all of this. And it's just because we're spoiled, and
we are, aren't we?
We're very spoiled, and it's just a part of our life, and I'm not proud of it. I really admire people who take their education to the fullest, and they do everything they can to be as educated and take advantage of all their opportunities. But oh my gosh, absolutely, as people do. And sometimes that's not a bad thing, because people say all the time, oh, you don't need to go to college anymore, or
Right.
college isn't as necessary as it once was. You can get a job, you can do this, and I don't know, people who are like blue collar workers, they don't need to go to college, and they still live great lives, and they can, I don't know. Remember the other day we were talking about the American dream. They can live out their American dream and have happy families, happy life, drink a beer on a Friday night and go to work 5 days a week. Like,
Right, and it's about maybe figuring out what lane you're in and enjoying that lane and
Absolutely.
staying in that lane and being like, yeah.
and there's a stigma around it still, and I'll
I-
always advocate for it to
Yeah.
be like, come on, it's not that deep.
Right.
But
People, though, I think we were brainwashed as a society for a long time, for decades, I think.
Yeah.
Probably since the 70s, maybe up until recently, where if you didn't have a college degree, you were
you're a
piece
burnout
of shit.
loser.
Yeah, you were a loser.
Not
Like, you'll
going
never get
anywhere.
anywhere, and you're no good and stuff. And I think that's changing. I hope it's changing. And again, not saying anything's wrong with a college degree. It's great to have a college degree. There's nothing wrong with it. It's fucking
absolutely.
awesome. It's just another tool in your fucking tool belt. That's all it is. It's about learning. That's all. There's nothing wrong with it, and but it's not something that if you don't have
people,
it, you're
some
a loser.
people are going to college like, I don't know, like when it's like, did you really need to spend $40,000 a year on that, or to have that?
Well, the cost is a whole other ball of wax, right?
Yeah.
So the cost of college is bananas. Like, it's ridiculous.
It's unreal.
Crazy how and these institutions are, in my opinion, they brainwashed
Me?
not you, but like young folks when they are getting out of high school to think that if you don't spend this money, you will be a no one. So you need to go in debt.
Yeah.
So, well, the only way to spend the money is to go into debt. And some of these kids are, I mean, they're spending money like that we spent on a house. That, like, they're taking 30 years to pay off college
Yes.
debt. And they're like, well, I'm only making X amount, and what's going on now? And that's tough. That's a tough look. It's a tough look. I think it gives universities and education a bad name.
The experience too is a lot more of it today too. People will feel that they missed out on that experience. And of course you can go to college whenever in your life, which is why you don't need to go right away and spend that money when you have no idea what you want to do. The amount of people that I know who have no idea what they are doing, and which is absolutely okay
doing?
and acceptable.
What are you doing? What are you doing in college?
I'm a political science major.
Okay.
And I want to do something in the political government field. That is just something I'm driven by. It's something I'm passionate
Are you gonna
about.
join the machine? You're gonna join
I
the
know,
machine? Is
after
that?
we
I mean, do you
just
want to
talked
be a
about-
politician?
I don't know. After we just talked about these politicians making a career out of it, I would love to go in and set the tone and just
Change.
fuck shit up and be like, what are we doing here? Let's get in line. I would go down with an iron fist and be like, okay, no, yes, like, let's get shit done now, because I don't know. I feel like I can be strong opinionated like that, and I think I have tough skin. I really think I have some tough
We'll see
skin.
after this interview comes out. We'll
What
see what
people
happens
think.
then.
Would you
We'll
vote for me
see.
for office? 30 or 36 maybe. I don't know. But yeah,
Well,
it's a dirty world, political
oh
world
my
out there.
god.
Oh my gosh.
Totally dirty.
I know I have tough skin, but still, I could cry sometimes.
Yeah,
If
you'll have to
somebody-
cry in private, or you'll
No,
have
I'll
to
never
cry
let
when
it-
you need to.
Yeah.
You have to cry for the camera when you need to.
Yeah. Like,
If it gets you votes.
yeah, whatever gets me votes, whatever gets me money, whatever gets me fame,
This is
whatever.
your degree to acting.
Hey, how many actors?
I might, yeah.
How many actors have
You
are
want to be a
politicians?
successful
Tons of 'em.
politician? Acting major.
Yeah, tons of them are.
That's
Uh,
a great.
Wow. Yeah,
Comment, yeah.
That's a good comment there. Yeah,
But-
right. No, I mean, I think you'd be a great politician.
I
You
think
let him in the door. Let him.
with the term limits,
The dog's barking to get inside, or he's scratching at the door to get inside.
with the term limits, when
What do you
when
think
we've
the term
talked
limit
about-
should be?
I think I want to say 8 years would be the middle. I think people can serve a total of 8 years in office, and I say that because that's when I think they can do the most that they could do in their run and get stuff done and work year after year to push what they're advocating for, what they run their campaign on. I don't think 2 years gives them enough experience and enough to get stuff done. And of course there's, look at Trump. In 4 years, well, he is a little bit more than the average person. He's a billionaire businessman and had a lot of experience like that. But what he did in 4 years, and so I guess that is some proof. But not everybody is like Trump and has those connections, and he had a lot of experience, just a little bit different experience. So I don't know. I would say probably 8 years is where I would say that's enough time to get in, get shit done, get out, and not come out 1,000 times richer than you were when you came in.
And don't you think that if everybody was on that equal platform, that same platform of 8 years, that there wouldn't be the situation that exists today, that you have all the powerful people, right, that have been there for 20, 30, 40, 50 years who really control everything, and they tell all the junior and freshman politicians that come in, just shut up and you'll do things the way we tell you to do.
Yeah, you follow
There
my
wouldn't be
lead.
any of that anymore, because if you're in for 2 years or 8, you'd still have senior people there, but it would be more even.
Yeah.
Everything would be more equitable.
There'd be more of a drive to work together than tear each other down.
Correct. There would be more of a correct.
Imagine a politician spent just as much time working on pushing policy, pushing our country for the better as they do tearing each other down.
Serving the people. That is their only fucking job.
Is there anyone in office?
Their job is, the only job they have is to serve us. That's their fucking job. Not to serve their special interest groups.
Yeah, some of them need to
their
reread
fucking
their job
sponsors.
description, because
I don't.
Is there anyone in office
care.
that you genuinely do trust? Is there anybody for you?
That's the ding ding bell. You can ding that. I don't know if it'll go all the way. We should have that bell as the dinger bell. Every time we do something, and you should ding it. Yeah, we'll get that thing off there in the future. We'll go bang! It'll be like dang. Is there anybody that I trust? Comes and goes.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm sure that there are a few, and it's mostly
They're the ones you don't know. They're the ones
correct,
that aren't
and
in
it's
the
mostly
media.
brand new people.
Yeah.
So I do sometimes. There have been points in my life when I voted, and it was whoever the incumbent is. I don't care. I'm not voting for them. I don't give a shit because it's like, oh, you've been there long. I don't want you anymore. I want new people in.
Yeah.
We got to keep cycling these votes through because it's the only way things will change. In my opinion, that's what I think. So, 8 years. I like 8 years.
Yeah.
I think 8 years is good.
I think
And maybe across the board for all. I don't know. Is it for, the House and the Senate? Both are 8 years, or
Well,
I don't
they're
know.
different. Are they different now? Yeah, they
Yeah,
are different. So
yeah, it's 4 and
Senate's-
6.
Yeah, and Senate's 2
So
and 4, I think.
it should be maybe 8 across the board, and maybe even the president. I don't know. Maybe the president's too long for 8. I don't know.
I think.
Although now I think we're like
Oh, 8. Yeah, 8.
now
years
the
is kinda
pendulum's
crazy.
just swinging as fast as it can. Like it's going one side, now it's going to go to the other side, and it's going to the other side, and we're so divisive on everything. It's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's too crazy. Well, I was hoping you would return the question to me with who I trust, and I actually trust.
All right, specific people. Yeah, all right. Tell me who.
Well, she's not
specifically.
in office right now. She's a former congresswoman. She ran for president in 2020. Tulsi Gabbard. She's a Democrat, but I feel like you got to look into her. Tulsi Gabbard. She's a Hawaiian native.
She a Hawaiian senator?
Yes. Yeah, and she's
One term, 2, or short time. I mean, hasn't been around for like 30 years.
Oh no, she's young. She's got to be like
40?
less than 40. Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's looking her up. 41.
She's 41.
You gotta look. She's a moderate. She's on Fox News. Do you watch Fox News? Do you watch
Yeah,
with Tucker?
Of course I do.
You've seen her
love
most
Tucker.
definitely. But she is very she works with the people and she's for the people. She's the only one I trust. And it's crazy because I'm sure they figured out I'm a hard right winger, but she's one that I actually trust and I respect her courage to not just follow her party but really believe that right is right and wrong is wrong.
Correct.
And it's some people, we always want to be right. I love being right. I know you love being right. We all do. That's human. That's human
nature.
Human nature. We all want to be right.
I like her.
Yes. No, she's a great person.
I just like her based on her looks. I don't know anything about her besides what she's saying. I just sexualized her on her looks.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Oh
Somebody
my gosh.
should call me out on that. What the fuck?
You're gonna get canceled here. But she's
Won't be the
someone.
first time.
She's taken on a lot of Republican point of views and sided with on our side a lot when we're right, we're right a lot more than I think the other side is, but that's my opinion. But she is somebody that I trust. She's somebody that I want to see in office again. She's somebody I want to run again. I think you will like her a lot too.
I'll check her out.
And
I tell you, I dare say this, and I'm going to say it out loud. I at one point in time, I liked his leadership. I liked Waltz's leadership.
Oh, okay. I did too.
Until the riots.
I did too.
And then I don't understand how he allowed a police precinct to be burned to the ground. If you're a fucking criminal, I don't give a shit who you are. You're wrong, and you should be stopped.
Yeah.
Okay? And nobody should be allowed to burn a police precinct to the ground for whatever reason. There's no reason. I don't fucking care. I was so disappointed. I thought he handled the pandemic pretty well. Mm-hmm. I thought he, amongst all of the crooked politicians and the idiot, self-serving asshole governors and leaders in this country, on both sides, I thought he handled himself. I felt like he stuck to his guns.
He was a good leader.
Like he was like, I just really believe this. I believed in him. And then the riots came, and then that happened, and I was so disappointed. It broke my heart.
Oh my gosh!
I'm like, damn it, man, because I'm a pretty right guy.
Yeah.
Pretty conservative. I do have I'm
very
I'm
lenient.
not. You can't paint me in the corner because
Yeah.
I'm socially liberal in some
Yeah.
ways. Because I'm not a religious fanatic, and in some sense, I'm not really hardcore on that. But it just broke my heart when that happened. I was like, you're the leader. You're the leader. You can't allow this to happen. Look what psychologically, I mean, forget everything else that's happened. Like, look at psychologically how this is, what it's done. And
yeah, that was a really sad time to watch our city burn like that and watch our crime skyrocket. And it was so sad because, whatever you're doing, like, those people who are looting Nike and Target, they don't give a fucking shit.
They give a shit
about George Floyd. They didn't give a crap. The people stealing TVs didn't freaking care, and the
people
people burning.
Excuse,
oh gosh.
And
it is sad because some people were like, "Oh, it was mostly peaceful protests." Like, no, it wasn't. But there was some. There was a few.
Yeah.
But it wasn't mostly.
There was probably more peaceful than there was violent. However, the violent was certainly propagated more, and it was so much worse because you're not supposed to act that's wrong. Like, back to your comment, like, right is right and wrong is wrong.
I know. If I was advocating for...
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
that's what's
absolutely.
awesome. We have that freedom in this country to do that.
Mm-hmm. I'd be so pissed if I were those people who were actually protesting and trying to make a voice, and I saw people do that. I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Because you are making us look horrible. And they did. They made them look freaking horrible. We're at the point where I shut the TV off. I'm like, I don't give a crap. If you're going to go and do that stuff to your own city, what good... No, seriously, they killed more black people were killed in those riots than I think. Well, I know unarmed black men in 2019. It was like 9 were shot and killed by police, and they killed more African Americans died. And what was it? There was business burned to the ground with a black man in it, and he died. Yeah. That got no recognition in the media. None.
Well, because it doesn't sell newspapers.
No, and it's like, his life mattered too. Why the hell did we just go and do that?
Right.
So all Black Lives Matter, all lives matter, your life matters, we all matter. We got to do better than that because that was a shit show.
We all got to do better. What's some other politicians? Who else I mean, they're over time. I mean, I've had politicians in the past. They're all gone now. But like, I mean, my favorite president of all time, Ronald Reagan.
Oh yeah, that's
Time.
a classic.
Reagan
yeah.
and Abraham Lincoln were my two.
Yeah.
All time. They're on my Mount Rushmore of presidents. Not the other four. Those two are my favorite too.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite president of all time?
Well, I've only been alive for 3.
Yeah, but I wasn't alive for Abraham Lincoln.
Oh.
So right. Fucking
You
old,
weren't?
but I ain't that old. Jesus.
I like Ronald Reagan too. Reagan. I don't know. I'm trying to think of who. I love U.S. history. I love.
Okay.
I took that sophomore year. I didn't take that as again we take our education.
What time in U.S. history would you have liked besides now? Let's just say now is the most important because you love being here.
Yeah.
Not just here tonight, but like in general. But what point in U.S. history would you have liked to have lived through or been part of?
I say it, but it's like if I actually like time traveled there and I was stuck there, I'd be like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? But 1920s.
The 20s?
Yeah, I think that honestly, like every like decade, I think would be pretty cool. Like you said, you guys are the best generation. I thought about it more. You are because
we
you
are.
guys have experienced. You grew up without technology, and you had such a prime time there, and now you're living this part of your life with technology and.
We
I don't
were
know,
the
technology.
generation.
Yeah,
we
you're
were.
just,
There's
you
no
guys have really
question.
lived it all, and you guys are going to. So.
Yeah, we're very lucky.
Yeah.
You're talking about Generation X,
Yeah,
by the way, right? Which is
absolutely. Yeah,
the greatest
Generation X.
generation of
From
all
me,
time.
I think you guys are the best.
Besides, I don't know, not necessarily my parents, but they say that technically the greatest generation, aside from my opinion, of all time was the generation that won World War II. That defeated the Nazis and overcame in Japan and the Pacific.
That might just be true.
They were the greatest generation of all time. They lived through the Depression. They worked their ass off, and then they
The
fought
ones who actually
fascism.
went through
I mean,
oppression
they fought
and
it all.
suffering, and we have nothing to compare that to.
Right.
Absolutely.
But I think
nothing.
that we're still the greatest generation. I think X is still
you're still pretty cool.
we still have a long
You guys
way
are
to
the
go.
best. Like your guys' music was so great, and
That's interesting that we get told that. I mean, I've heard that a lot across not just your generation, but even prior.
yeah.
And so, I mean, I'm partial to it. You know, I mean, it's very subjective to me but although I think there's great music today, not as much, but there is great music today. But we'll get on music in a second. So hold on.
Yeah.
So wait. So 1920. I want to go back to that for a second. 1920. The 20s. I mean, they were the Roaring 20s. Like that was like
Yeah.
It was party
I think of
time.
like the Great Gatsby when I
Right.
like, think of that,
So history was we had just finished World War I.
yeah.
And
The
times
the
were
war
good.
to end all wars.
People were happy, right? The pandemic was over, like the
Yeah.
big pandemic in
But then we got
17
the
or
Great
19.
Depression coming up. Maybe I didn't think my.
But hold
answer
on,
through.
yeah, wait. Well, we're going into
Speaking of the
that.
Great
Well, the
Gatsby
stock
you
market
mentioned.
crashed in 29,
Yeah.
but you're talking about the 20s, so like 20 to
The
29.
Roaring
really.
20s.
They were the Roaring 20s. It was a great 9 years. It was a good. There was no TV. There was boozing. People were drinking. It was good. Prohibition didn't start 30 till 33.
No electric fridge.
There was no electric fridge.
I'd
There
like
was
to take
no
back
electric
that answer.
refrigerator then. Right, that didn't happen until like I want to say early 40s maybe.
But I like that part of history. I like our culture and if you exclude the racism and the discrimination and
well,
the
you can,
sexism,
but there's always
and-
going to be that shitty bad part in every
But it was
point
just
of life.
yeah.
Always
It was just
be
probably more
something
bad. And,
effed up,
Yeah.
right? But like that probably was a really cool time, right? Like the
It
Great
probably
Gatsby, Flapper
was.
Girls, and it was just
Yeah.
like a living. Like you lived kind of free, and we were developing.
Yeah.
Like we
Oh,
didn't know what we didn't
absolutely.
know,
I
but we
think
were
that's
developing.
when,
Cars were
like-
coming. Like the horses, like the cars came in the teens, but they were, I think, really started to become popular
Oh
in the
yeah.
20s.
And that's also when like we socially started making our first strides out of like, women can leave the house.
Suffrage.
Yeah, suffrage, absolutely, and that's
What year?
From there,
when we
we've
get the right to
always-
vote?
1924. I want to
Is
get
it
this
24?
right
Yeah, you should get it right.
because
You
I did
probably
take AP US
should.
history, and I did
mean,
pass. 1920.
Fact check.
No,
You got it.
no,
Yeah.
I want to say.
20.
It was
Oh.
20, so it started, kicked off the 20s. It kicked
Yeah.
off the 20s,
19th Amendment.
right? That was the 19th. Yeah, I didn't really know it was
Gosh.
the 19th. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, 19th. Like, I
19th.
fucking knew that. I didn't know. Some people say that it fucked everything up, when women got the right to vote.
I'm
just kidding. I'm
so
just fucking
dumb.
with you.
No, people have said that before, though.
I was just fucking. I was trying to see what
you're trying to see what I
reaction
say.
was.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely. Gosh, we should not be able to vote. The men should vote. We're
Just
too
lost-
emotional.
Just lost the women right there with that. Women, everybody turned off the podcast at that point.
That's
They were
enough.
like,
That's enough, Greg, for today.
Okay, we're all done with Greg.
Yeah. Only takes so much.
20s were good. Yeah, it was a good time. 100 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. Some people thought we were kind of going back into that after like the pandemic was over. Everybody was like, "We're gonna party now. It's gonna be awesome. Things are gonna be great." And
oh
then
my
gas
gosh.
is like $7 a gallon, and people Taco Bell's closing at fucking 7 o'clock at night. I can't even get a
2020. It
taco
sounded
anymore.
like such a great year.
It did. Oh well. Oh, you mean 2020 before the pandemic started?
Oh, before the pandemic, when we were going into 2020, I remember like this is
the greatest
my year.
ever.
This is gonna be the best deck. Like 2020, it lines up. It's perfect. It's symmetrical. Like it is going to be great. But I say it can only go up from here.
I agree. I really do think that things are gonna get.
I think
everything goes in a cycle.
I always say
don't be
things
afraid.
are going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah,
and that's life. It's a constant cycle of life. It's going to be tough, and then it's going to get a little better. And it's probably going to go to shit again. And it's just
it cycles. It goes.
You got to
up
be
and down.
tough, and you got to be strong through the hard shit because and enjoy the good. I always say that.
How do we appreciate when things are good if we don't live through when things are shitty?
Absolutely. How you can't.
Right.
What's the phrase? You can't know bad I'm gonna skip this because I'm gonna fuck it up.
No bad, or you
gotta experience bad to know what's good.
Gotta experience bad, know what's good.
That was it. That was what I was trying to say.
I totally agree. I think it's so important, and I don't believe, and that's why if you get too involved with it, it's like just turn your phone off for a little bit, like turn it off for a day, and you realign your mind because things have been like this since the beginning of time. And there are cycles with things. And so what? Things are shitty.
I always say...
So fucking what?
Your life is someone's dream life.
Right,
you just think about other people who, like, have such shitty lives. It's not even in this country, but, like...
Oh, my God.
But
God.
everywhere.
Right.
Like, you got tough shit everywhere. And you're blessed beyond... I always say, like... Your skin, if my skin's bad, I'm like, my skin is someone's dream skin. You think people have it so much worse. Just be happy. Life's tough. Life sucks for everybody. Tough shit. Let's keep going. Let's keep rolling.
It's kind of like money. I was talking to my buddy once, and I said, you know what? At the end of the day, there will always be somebody that has more money than you, and there will always be a shitload of people that have less than you. Mm-hmm. Just be happy with what you got, man.
Yeah.
It's good. Like you got a lot.
And you have the power to change anything you want to change, and if there's a will, there's a way.
Correct. And there's a lot of stuff you can't change, but what you can change is your attitude.
Yeah.
And your
control what you can control.
Right. And so we put our head down, we work hard, and we try to overcome.
Yeah. Victor mentality. That's what when people have victim mentality, I'm like, well,
I got no
you're
time
fucked.
for that.
You're fucked because I don't know how you're gonna get out of that hole that you're digging yourself.
Because I ain't jumping in it with you to help you.
Hell no.
Right? I'll jump in a lot of holes with people
because
I know the way out of a lot of things.
No.
But I ain't jumping in the victim mentality.
Oh my gosh, no.
Right?
Everyone's a victim. Like, come on.
Right.
No one. If you get really tough with me, I'll be like, no one's a victim. You're not a victim. Stop. Come on. If you start thinking like that, you're so fucked.
Right.
Come on. You got to be a victor. Be tough.
Right.
Be strong.
Be a victor. Be a victor.
Victor mentality all day. I'm wondering if Be Real just came off. That's a whole nother... That's a social media platform. Do you know what Be Real is?
No. What is it? New social media platform?
It's a new social... Well, I don't know if anyone your age is on it, but like absolutely...
I'm going to fucking be on it for sure then. Are you kidding? Let me pioneer that shit.
We're going to the metaverse. Let's get Generation X on Be Real. Be Real is a social media now that... It's like a snap that you post, but you don't know when it's going to come on. So, and you can take one picture... And it'll get the front of you and what you at. So if Be Real came on right now, it would just be me, and then it would be what I'm doing. And you don't know when it's gonna come on. Get it right now. It's so I don't know. You could retake, but then I'll let people know if you retook the photo or.
So you're not being real.
Yeah, and you don't know when it's gonna come on. It's last one came on probably 19 hours ago. It's unpredictable.
And what is it? Just photo, or can you do video?
No,
too?
It's just photo.
Just photo, and you're just posting. That's it.
Yeah, and if you post late, you can post late, but it'll be like they posted late. And then when people post something really cool late, I'm gonna be like, you planned that, and you are not being real. I'm gonna start taking it super seriously, and if it's not real, I'm gonna say this was not real. Because I was thinking,
is it the black one right there?
Yeah, I was saying I'll be like, this would be pretty cool if Be Real came on right now. Because sometimes it catches me in the most off guard moments. I'm like, shit, like, how am I gonna show people that I'm eating a pizza in the bathtub right now? Like, that's fucking embarrassing. Like, I don't know.
No,
like,
that's awesome because
I've been in bed all day. But it's like, it's nice. It's like, wow, people are like me. People are sitting in bed and watching TV and eating chips. Like,
at the end
that's
of the
great.
Day, we
like,
all are. It ain't this fake shit that's on
absolutely.
here. It ain't that fake Instagram shit that's
I
on
know.
there. Although that's fun to do that because it's
yeah.
Because especially like if I'm feeling bummed out or down, I don't like sharing that with people. Like when I'm depressed or I'm bummed out or I'm having a bad day or things shitty, like I don't like running around being like, oh, misery loves company, come and enjoy my shit, you know? Like I don't like doing that.
Who else is having a shitty day?
Right, so
just let me know how shitty your day is, please. Next time I have a shitty day, I'm like, Greg, what fucked up shit has happened to you today? Please give me something good. Give me something good.
Oh, so you keep that shit to yourself. So, now I want to share. All right, so within 2 minutes, I get all that. Just let me get the damn thing, and then I'll go back and I'll figure it out. Okay, I have to get started. I have to concentrate on this, so I'll do this afterwards. All right, I'm gonna do it, and then so whatever you have a group, right? Just like everything, just like Instagram, you have friends, right?
Yeah.
Same thing, TikTok, followers, friends. Whatever,
there's no
blah, blah, blah.
followers or friends. You can react to some. There's no likes. Like you can react to someone's Be Real and like do a snapback and be like, what are you doing or something, or you can comment.
And you can comment and stuff. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Do it because it's pretty cool, and you can add people from your contacts and.
What do you know about the metaverse?
Can you elaborate on that?
About the metaverse?
Maybe I don't know.
And I don't know a lot. I mean, I really don't. I know like little teeny bit. I think you know way more than I do.
I don't think I've ever even heard that.
Metaverse is just a place where we're all going to live at some point, I think, and online and in the internet, where it's a virtual reality space.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And
I'll kill myself if we ever get to that. Is that too much to say? Because that's ridiculous. That sounds horrible to me. Are we actually that fucked up in the head that we're going to end up like that?
I think we are. Not all of us, but I think that there's going to be... I think it's...
Some people would do that so easily. They've already been living like that. And
there's a whole shitload of society that are already living in this.
Not me, though.
They're buying and selling things, property. They're buying goods on domain. Well, yeah, certainly on domains. But also like real property on the metaverse. Like not for like $1, like for hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's all everything's transacted in not necessarily Bitcoin, but cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And so you put your virtual goggles on, and then bye.
Oh my god.
And that's where you go. And unfortunately, a lot of this, I think people, I don't know. I think it's a lot of people are doing. It's getting more and more popular. So I think it's gonna. I think it is gonna continue to grow as time goes on. But the goggles aren't gonna be there. I think it's just gonna be like whatever glasses like this, and then you can see and. There might be a blurred thing between reality and virtual.
Well, there was like a movie kind of like that.
I had just been a ton. There's been a ton of movies.
What was that? Sure, I watched 3/4 of it.
There was, I think I know.
Something with like the video game.
Yes.
It was a big popular game. I love how you I said one word.
It's a huge.
And he puts the goggles on and then his.
Ready Player One.
Yes, that was it. Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of freaky and scary.
Yeah.
At the same time.
It's scary because it could possibly be real. Oh, it is already reality for some people, but as a society,
But is that how people? I think they want to live that way. Like, I don't know. Like, you have to have food in your pie hole to let your physical body grow, right? You have to do, and you have to work to get that. So like they're saying that you can get a job. Like they say classes, all education is going to be virtual at one point.
I don't know. I feel like the pandemic kind of proved that wasn't gonna
fly.
Yeah,
and I hope you're right. See, that's why I love your generation, because you're like, you ain't putting up with that shit.
Yeah. No.
You're not necessarily advancing what prior generations have been trying to advance.
Yeah.
Like this pure robotic virtual world. Like,
yeah. Well, the pandemic killed that whole idea in like a month,
really
when we all were like, holy crap, we can't do this. Maybe not I guess it was on the fly, but still, even we were in online learning like a year later, and people are like, yeah, we better
We're
start.
gonna be dumber than we were
Yeah.
before. We can't do this.
We spent years thinking about that. That's not
Right.
happening. So let's back up.
Well,
I think you need that interaction. You need that face-to-face interaction. I don't know how people could learn too well just online. For some people, it depends who you are. If you're like an introverted person and you do best by yourself, maybe. But I think for predominantly most of us, we do better face-to-face interaction learning. And I keep looking at the camera. I'm not supposed to look at the camera. I'm like,
you can look at the
oh,
camera.
right,
I don't even know if
right.
it's on. We'll see.
Am I looking at the wrong one? I don't know why. I'm just pretending like we got an audience, but
You're playing to the audience. That's good.
Yeah.
That's what
interacting with the people.
That's what you should be doing.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's perfect. Either that or you're talking to Jared, but he's paying attention to everything. He's got everything going here. He's master of.
Geeking out right now.
He's geeking out on all of it right now.
We're due for a couple.
Batteries. Battery change. What about cards?
Cards looking all right for now. Yeah, we're good.
Cards are all looking good. No swapping the cards. All right, good. All right. Well, we'll keep rolling then. All right. We've touched on a lot of things on that board, pal. Quite a
We
bit.
absolutely
Let's
have.
keep 30.
Keep going.
We've been here for an hour and 30 minutes. This
Yeah.
is like some illusional place when you think you've been here for like 15 minutes. You're like, holy
Right.
shit, it's 45
And
minutes.
2 hours later.
Yeah. I don't know, an hour and a half at work.
Sound
goes a lot
okay on
slower.
audio, you think? Everything as far as... all right.
As long as you don't touch the mic.
I've been touching this thing the whole fucking time. It's a nervous thing that I have, so I like to touch it.
Not this part.
There, right?
Or this part.
But this is the bad part up top, but I touched down here, so... We'll see how it turns out. This is it'll be learning for me. I can learn. I'm trying to learn. I'm going to get scolded
What's your
afterwards.
favorite food? I just saw food on there.
Are we going to go food right now?
I don't know.
Yeah. We were turning
Going
this
to a
around
friend's
all of
house
sudden.
after this.
Now,
I
like,
want
I'm
pizza
being
and
interviewed.
ranch. I don't know. I know. I
What the
love...
hell is going on here?
I don't know. Food, I don't know if I can
Where
talk
are we
about
at? 31.
food.
You're foodie.
I don't want to talk about food. I don't know. I was just thinking...
No, food's good.
Hungry.
So give it up. No.
Pronouns is on there?
Yeah. I want to understand pronouns.
My
I have it on
pronouns-
there because I don't understand it.
Well, let me explain it to you. My
So tell me,
pronouns
explain it to me. I
are
don't-
pizza and pizza self. So, for example...
Pizza and pizza self. You just combined food and pronouns together, by the way, which is fucking
Exactly.
genius.
I can do that. I
Okay,
can
so tell me
combine-
what's pizza and pizza self.
So, like, I don't know. Like, pizza needs another slice of pizza. So that's how I kind of identify as.
Okay, dig
I'm
it.
totally fucking with you right now. But
You
I think
should
it's
be.
ridiculous. When
You
people
should
ask
be.
me my pronouns, I always say pizza, pizza self. And I'm very sensitive
people
about it,
ask
so
you-
don't fuck it up.
Do they ask you? Do you feel like they ask you what your pronoun? Do you
I
really
have
get that a
never
lot?
personally been asked, and I thank God I have not, because I think I would just like, what does it fucking look like? I'm sorry. I'm not a fucking dickhead. Like, if you look like a boy, I'm gonna probably call you a boy. If you say my pronouns are like they, them, I don't know. I'm not a dick. Like, I don't want to be
know what-
insensitive or
I don't know what
rude.
they. I mean, I genuinely, in all my heart of hearts, I don't totally understand. I understand how people want to be identified who they want to be identified as. Like, I understand and get that.
I feel
and
like
I'm
some of them kind of come
"That's
off
great."
as entitled, like a little
They
bit.
probably
where-
do. I'm sure a lot of them do, but I don't understand like what is. And maybe I'm just stupid. I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb.
we all are.
It's
We all
tot-
are,
mean,
because
this
I
is
don't.
totally possible. What does like they? If you identify as they, that means you are in somewhat schizophrenic. Like you have multiple personalities.
Yeah. Well,
Is they that you have more than one personality?
or they're a boy and a girl. I
Oh,
don't
but
know.
that's
So
that's
they
a boy
is
and girl?
plural.
All
I don't.
right.
I'm not sure. I'm not
Well, I know
really
it's
sure either, because
plural, yeah.
also then it's different for everybody. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a universal. Everyone has their own kind of. If they.
I'm struggling with the pronoun. I just
It
I
is.
really
What are your
don't.
pronouns?
Mine.
He,
I've
him.
stuck to the. Mine is it.
No.
I'm just it. Just call me it. I'm just it.
I think it is an insensitive thing for people who take pronouns.
Is that
it.
insensitive if I say it's it? If I say
I think so. I think you could get in a little bit of trouble
Really?
for saying it, or being like, "What is it?" You know how I don't
well,
know.
then mine is it for sure. Then.
Whatever pisses people off,
Mhm.
whatever makes you most mad. That's
Mhm.
what I am.
Yeah, if it upsets somebody,
Whatever makes you
then
lose.
I'm good
yeah.
with it. Then let's
yeah,
roll
then I
with it.
like it.
I'm
I get
rolling.
so frustrated that
I just
maybe.
don't understand it. I wish I
Yeah.
did. I want to.
Well,
I
what
really
don't you
genuinely
understand
want
about
to.
it? It's like people who have I don't know, the gender identity issues, and they don't like being addressed as
They don't
a
like
certain.
being labeled as a female or a male.
Yeah, when they don't really know themselves, and I don't.
Which is
Looking in on the outside, I don't really think it's that deep. I don't, and
probably not.
it's not. I feel like people make up shit to be upset about, and like I'm not.
But-
I'm not playing that game.
But then there are some though that I see that are, they say her. What? How?
Well, why are we
her,
putting this
she,
in our like social media bios right now? Is what I'm kind of confused about. When they're like, I know Instagram wouldn't let me say pizza self. I was like, fuck you.
Oh,
Are you kidding me? You
only
won't
were
let me
bound by
have
the he,
no.
his, him.
Yeah, you have
and
to be like he, his.
she.
It has to be like 4 different ones. I'm like, no, that's
No.
fucked because I'm pizza self, and you Instagram are not
like,
treating me
yeah.
fairly. But so that's what I didn't understand. But I don't know what. It's such a small percentage of the population where I'm like, why are we like revolving everything around it? That's what I don't really understand. And people act like it's more common than it really is, and I'm like, come on, it's not. Why are we doing that? Like.
Well,
There's so many. If we accommodated to every single group of people who suffer
say one thing.
this, like
Yeah, we're gonna shut down. There was a thing the other day in the news about these woke college kids that were very upset about a statue that was on their campus that was it looked like a phallic symbol to them. They were very upset about this. And it didn't at all. Like, it was, if you saw it, and maybe we can find it, we'll throw it in, that it's it was just like these rectangles. I mean, it looked like just honestly, to me, in my opinion, it was ugly. It was just like these rusted
Take it down
pieces
anyways.
of rectangle
Looks ugly to me,
square
take it down.
shit. It was
Yeah.
like, whatever. And they were like, no, it's probably, I'm like, what college campus where our students really all like protesting against this? Of course, I saw this on Barstool, right?
Yeah.
So, which I love
it's
Barstool.
okay. Yeah, we all
And
do it.
so they were like, what the fuck is going on here? That there was really all these college kids are just protesting against this. And it's like, to your point, no, I think it's only like 4 or 5 or 6 that have said something, and that's it. And nobody else gives a damn. It's so
Yeah.
irrelevant.
Who could? Like, people actually are that upset that they have to go be upset about something like that. I don't know. Or
Yeah.
people are that bored.
No
Like, we've been
shit.
having a really good day. What should we go complain about? Some square statue on campus?
Are you
Give
that-
me a break.
Are you that bored?
Come on, I'll give you a lot of things to be upset about, but nothing in this country. I think I don't know. I feel for a lot of people in these third world countries who just have such sad lives. So I will always be so, well, you don't have it that bad. I can maybe sometimes I might not validate some problems that they really are, because I just feel so much for people around the world who don't have the opportunity of living in America. I'm so pro America. I think I was actually told I was too patriotic on the 4th of July, because we just got our rights, like our women's rights. We were just like stripped, like, I don't know, with the whole Roe v. Wade stuff. I think I was too patriotic on 4th of July, but I love America. I still love it. I'm gonna die on this hill that we can change anything. And
Okay, we'll come back to Roe versus Wade, because I do want to talk about that.
Yeah.
But Pedro, I mean, you're sitting behind my cornhole boards, which are,
yes,
right?
I love it. I saw
And,
that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. To me, the American flag is like it's the most beautiful thing in the entire
It
world.
absolutely is.
It's so beautiful.
We live in a country where we can say fuck you to the government, and there's things that, like, this country is like, there's a lot of things in this country that aren't good. They're not bad.
They're effed up.
No,
But
absolutely,
but the goal is to try to
absolutely,
get it better.
you can't change a country that you hate and you frown on and you're so negative against. I love this country, and that's why I know that I have the power to change this country and to change minds and ideas and create, and because I love this country. And people just, what I say, victim mentality. Which one are you going to choose? Because you're not going to get shit done with a victim mentality. And that's what far too many people have. I'm going to ride with America. This is the best country in the world all day. People will say, oh, we're 4th in this and we're 16th in this. And it's like, everybody in the world wants to come here. When there is a problem globally, when there's a global crisis, who is the first call? The United States of America, because we are the leader of the free world, and we have so much prosperity and opportunity here. I'm gonna ride with "We Are the Best Country in the World."
Fucking let's go.
I don't give a shit if we're
go.
fourth in math. I don't know. I don't even know if that's a thing, but I don't know.
And
People,
the ones that don't want to come, they fucking hate us.
I know,
That
but
should-
everybody
that-
wants to
that should
come.
tell you
Everyone
something.
wants
That
to
should tell
come
you
here.
something,
Or when
too.
people say we're the most we're a racist country, it's like, why does
They
everyone
hate
like,
us
what?
because they ain't us. Okay?
Why are you
Right?
hating from your side of the club? You can't even get in. What's that one Chris Brown song that says that? Can't get in.
Yeah. I don't know that song. But I know that, can't be a hater. Can't be a hater.
Mm-mm.
You can't be a hater. It is the greatest country in the damn world, man, right?
It is.
So
I
look
love
at
this
us. I love you.
America.
Got me all bummed. I got getting like goosebumps.
I know. I
talking
don't.
to
Literally,
you.
I'm like,
You're getting me all
it's
jacked
like,
up here. Yeah. Oh boy. How are we doing on time with that camera? Because I don't want to. We don't want to get into. Because.
You can spend like 5 minutes, but
And then what? You got to change battery time. What?
I think we're running out of memory
We'll run out of memory.
on one of the cards. Yeah,
All right. So what do you got to do? Just switch the card.
out of cards.
You're out of
What?
cards.
On one camera. On one camera. We can go down to 2 cameras.
Okay. So but hold on. Did you try the small one? You did the 256 megabyte one, or are you just afraid that's going to be all jacked up?
Oh, it's in it right now.
It is?
Yeah.
How fast did that burn through the other 2 cards?
One of them didn't work, and then one of them lasted up until now.
Oh shit! And the 256, we're not even sure, 100% sure if that's the camera that's just on me though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's fine because you don't need me. I mean, you got both of us, right? We can get. You got the camera on both.
You should be good for a while then.
Or we're just
How
gonna
long is
keep
it
going,
while?
man. I don't really care
So you
because you
kinda-
got that middle one's on both of us, right?
Roll it.
I'm about ready to break out a damn American flag and just start draping myself in it.
Have a parade. Yeah.
Yeah, let's have a
You're gonna
parade, man. You know, it's well, look.
My
I
college
mean, you
betting,
got
I'm
the
gonna make
Jeep
sure it's
there.
US,
I got
but
my flag
yes.
everywhere. My flag's everywhere. It's like it's here, it's there.
Yeah,
it's-
great.
I had. I mean, I agree. It's not
No,
perfect, right?
it's
This
not
country's not
perfect.
perfect. It's not
No.
supposed
Stuff
to
every
be.
day in the news obsessed me. I'm like, I can't believe this is America right now. It's disappointing all the time, but so is every other country in this world. So
Almost makes me feel like we gotta take it to the chin a little bit harder for people to start appreciating it. Maybe the
Oh my-
people
I
that
get
are
so-
whining and complaining need a.
no, I say like when people my age do it, I'm like, okay, let's stop here. Let's not be going to college where you're getting yourself in debt because you should take that money and get the F out of here. Because I don't want to sit in here. You can be like, oh, I can't
Right.
leave this country because I got student debt. Like, no, stop now and freaking leave because I don't want to hear you complain. And plus, the more people who leave, the more other people who will appreciate this damn country can come
Have
in. You're
opportunity.
taking the spot of somebody else who would contribute.
Right.
Some and immigrants, they're the hardest working people in this country.
Right.
I want more of them. Bring them more in because they work hard. They have great families and they stay together. They appreciate so much more. I prefer those people. I don't want the she's her, her, my pronouns are I hate this country people. I don't really care for you to be here.
Yeah,
So-
if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the fucking problem.
yeah, absolutely.
Quit being part of the
Oh
problem.
my gosh, yes.
Quit being part of the problem.
I know.
Let's go. Let's
People just
go.
need a change in mindset. I can't listen to it. I can't. The tough shit. Life's tough. Life's hard.
Yeah.
We get it. It's
Put your pants
it's
up,
really
let's go.
hard. Come on.
Right. Put
Back
your
in the
big
game.
boy, big girl pants on and let's go. Let's go. How that was yes. I feel like we need fireworks going off now. Or
I
something.
know.
Like, I just
Got any
like,
left? What'd you do for the 4th?
the fireworks were awesome. I did go back to Detroit. We have a
Yeah.
cabin in
Okay.
Detroit.
Now I remember. Yeah.
A cottage. Sorry, Michigan. They're cottages. Here they're
Yeah.
cabins. So you get
Oh
that wrong.
yeah.
And you
Huh.
get a swift kick right in the
You're like,
in
where the hell
man
you from?
parts there. So I'll try not to say that wrong again. So but I've been here for so long that it's cabin. So cottage, and it's beautiful. It's unbelievable. So it
Oh, great.
overlooks it's on the water and it overlooks Canada.
Oh
It's
no way.
across
Okay.
From the Detroit River, which on the other side, and it's not. And the river, when I say river, it's not like a river here where it's you can throw a rock across it. It's like a mile across. Like it's forever. It's not a real mile. I think it's about 3/4 of a mile.
Yeah.
But you can see it. It's clear. It's huge. It's massive. Speedboats all over the place. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And it's picturesque. It's like the picturesque thing. Big American flag flying at the
Yes.
end down by the water.
Fun.
And all families are there. And it's an amazing time to be with family and to just slow down and just appreciate where we are.
Yeah.
And then of course there's fireworks. There's massive. The city in this little town does fireworks on the river, but they do a massive fireworks show that's like 30, 40 minutes long. It's an amazing fireworks show, and people come park their boats on the river, and then the Canadians are participating in it too. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
It's,
Fun.
It's super
Yeah.
cool. So it's about as Americana as you can get, and apple pie as you can
it's
get.
the best place to be.
And it's utterly an amazing experience. And so that's what I did on the 4th.
Mhm.
What'd you do on the 4th? Where were you at?
I headed down to my cabin, my aunt and uncle, Angie and Paul.
We went down to Angie's cabin.
Yeah,
Okay,
and I didn't really have any plans for the day. I
Down in
think it said it was
Faribault. She's down in
gonna.
Faribault,
Yeah,
right?
it said
Yeah,
it was
she's got
gonna rain
water
here.
too, right?
Yeah, she is.
So
She's
you
got
got water, so you got.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
It said it was gonna rain, so nobody. And it was on a Monday. Nobody had plans, but sky looked fine to me. I was like, I'm gonna go celebrate America today. So I headed down there, and I was like, I'm gonna do something American. I just want something American. Like, yes, just
Yeah.
play some Toby Keith, and let's rock and roll. Let's
Right?
just do something, make the most of today. We live in America. It's a great day to be alive here. So
For me, it was a little Johnny Cash,
yeah,
maybe a little Eric Church,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe a little old school, a little Bob Seger there, and
Mhm.
yeah, let's just embrace it.
Mhm.
Have a few nooners,
Yes.
couple beers, maybe take a little nap for half an hour.
Yeah.
Just relax a little bit. Eat throughout the entire day.
Oh my gosh,
the food
that's
never
the best
stops.
part.
We
Yes.
eat in the beginning, in the morning. We nibble on food. We never have a massive meal.
Yes.
We do have dinner. We have ribs,
Oh yeah, ribs.
right, and chicken wings, and like
Mac
it gets
and
no better
cheese,
than
yeah.
mac and cheese
Yes.
and potatoes, and then of course watermelon, and the food just never stops. Right,
Yeah.
potato chips, but you're snacking throughout the entire day. Maybe play a little cornhole. You know?
Oh yeah.
Little-
Did you say cornhole or bags?
I'm kind of good with both. I interchange
Yeah.
cornhole and bags. What
say
do you say?
bags.
How do
I
you
say
refer to it?
bags.
You say bags.
Not bags. Bags.
Bags. What do you mean?
Bags.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Like bags? Like bags.
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 Bags. Bags.
I think we have a language barrier here.
I know,
Bags.
Bags.
Yeah.
Am I saying bags? Bags. Bags. So I say
Bags.
cornhole. There's no
Yeah.
not interpreting cornhole.
Anyone can say cornhole.
Cornholio. I just say it because it reminds me of Beavis and Butthead, which is way beyond you guys' time. It's way before your
Yeah.
time, but Beavis and Butthead, when
Funny.
sorry, I'm a Beavis and Butthead guy. Cornholio. So yeah, it's my
Yeah.
deal. Right, it gets no better than that. It's 4th of July, man.
I think that's
It's-
my
everything
favorite
just
holiday.
stops. Oh, it's by far my favorite holiday.
Really.
Well,
Not
plus
not
it's
on
Lucy's
Christmas.
birthday, so.
Oh no
Oh,
way.
way above Christmas.
Oh.
Oh, way
Whoa.
above Christmas. I mean,
Yes,
I'm good with Christmas. I love Christmas. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big Christmas guy. I'm a big Christmas guy, and yeah, 4th of July.
Well, yeah. I think 4th of July is now my fave. Really like that holiday.
Yeah, I mean, is it
It's a great
above
holiday.
Christmas?
For me, yeah.
Top 5 holidays. Just give me the top 5 holidays.
It's gonna go 4th of July. My birthday. Halloween. I don't know.
Legit day.
I think it's changed. I think
Birthdays are legit days.
for my situation, I think holidays are just gonna be too hard for me for the rest of my life. So I think
Yeah,
I've
we haven't
kind
touched
of.
on why, but I know why.
Yeah, I don't.
Right.
I really can't do that. But yeah, sorry, Christmas at the bottom of the list. But so it's now 4th of July. Christmas went from 1 to probably 5.
5? Oh,
Yeah, it really took the hit on that one. So
a real shitty time of year.
yeah, man, that's life. Like I said, tough
Right.
life stuff, tough shit.
Yeah, it's a tough
We'll
time
see
of year
where it
for you.
goes.
Thanksgiving rolled into that a little bit, maybe, because that's
Yeah.
pretty, that's like right there.
That's 4. I don't know. It's just I don't know.
All right, I'll give
Yeah.
you mine. Now we'll shift gears because
Yeah.
I'm not going to go down that road unless you want it.
No, not today. Maybe next time.
All right, maybe next time. 4th of July. 4th of July is number 1 for me, and a very close second is Spooktober. I don't call it Halloween. I
Yes.
call it Spooktober.
Oh, you take that. So I remember your TikToks. I
take that real
loved
seriously,
that.
man.
Yes.
Halloween is very serious holiday to me. I
Yes.
just love it. I love it so much. It's just-
Absolutely.
if I can make the only objective I have on Halloween is if I can make one
kid cry.
Yes.
Yes, Greg. I'm so happy you just said that.
Make them cry, but make them really, hopefully, stay up all night and not be able to sleep. Maybe wet the bed. Wetting the bed would be a total fucking bonus. It would be amazing. And primarily, like 8 and under. And I'm good. I don't really have anything, 8 to 3, really. Because I don't think you can really scare anybody under 3, really. Because they don't understand it. It'll go way out of their little heads and stuff. But when you get to that 4 or 5 years old, and certainly that 6, 7, 8.
Oh my God, the most annoying kids on the planet, too. So I'm glad you get them. Get them good for me.
Yeah, you could.
I work with dogs. I could never work with kids.
I love scaring those kids.
Yes.
And if they can cry, and then I know later on that they're going to be up at least 2 or 3 times in the night and calling their mom or dad, and then maybe you might wet the bed. I have achieved the objective, and it is golden.
That is literally
ultimate.
the best thing I've ever heard. That's awesome.
So awesome. Halloween, and then vacillate there a little bit. I like Christmas. Thanksgiving to me.
Yeah.
Just because I'm so thankful.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Like absolutely. Thanksgiving to me is like I'm just so thankful.
Wasn't like everything. Thanksgiving almost canceled too?
No. What the fuck are you talking about? Thanksgiving? I never heard that. Please don't ever. Are you kidding me? Cancel
good thing you never heard this.
Thanksgiving?
Well, come on. Like when first people came to America, we were really prejudiced to the Native Americans, and then the whole holiday
pretty much destroyed them.
I don't know. Yeah, I know it's fucked up. It's super sad. If there's any group of people in America that I feel bad for, it's our Native Americans.
No shit.
They're my number one. They're the people I feel bad for.
Right.
Even today, but I don't know. Hopefully that idea never comes back, because.
No, I just for me, I don't view it that way. I view it like
perspective again, like.
Yeah,
okay.
It's perspective.
Nobody looks at the holiday like that anymore. Like nobody looks at it's about being thankful. It's like a day, like just go sit with your family and eat turkey and say what you're thankful for, and have a day where you just appreciate your surroundings. Like,
when I kind of look at it like, I'm just like, I'm so fucking thankful.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like,
you get to watch football and then, my gosh. Yeah.
Football is just the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
That's the whole day. That's just, again, napping.
Yeah.
Grazing throughout the day. You're grazing on food. And you're just hopefully you're surrounded by people that you care about and you love and your family. And even if you're not, people that annoy you, that's okay too.
Yeah, or if you're like a politically divided like family, it's right after the election, it's like, right after the election,
everybody's all like, you don't want to bring up politics, or maybe you do, to separate certain people, and then they go in the other room, and it's like, but man, just to be just so thankful, so incredibly humbled and thankful for everything, and so that's probably runs pretty hot. Number 3, Christmas 4.
Yeah.
I'll throw in Valentine's Day there just because it's my birthday, and I just wanted to
that's
out.
right.
But other than that, then the rest of y'all kind of get in there and mix around in the tub.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
2 hours.
All right.
2 hours.
Let's go for 3.
For 3.
What do you got? Anything else? I mean, it's up to you. If you don't want, I mean, whatever. Oh, look at that. You found it. Chuck it. I got you. What were we going to put down there on the last one? We were going to put something in there. Remember we had... Look at you. You're the producer. That's why. You're the producer.
The man.
There's pressure now. You don't have it?
We take that back.
No, I don't. I won't take it back. You found the marker. We looked for this forever.
Take small victory.
Yeah, it's a good victory.
We'll probably say the word.
No, you're still there, man. You're still the producer. Well, we can put something on there for 48.
I can't remember. I know we're gonna probably say it again. And
gambling.
Pets, animals. It was animals.
Animals and gambling was on there too. I remember Sierra had brought up gambling when we were setting up. We were a little earlier, and she was here.
Yeah.
All right, let's put. I'll bet that was really loud when I banged that mic. Animals.
Animals.
We'll put that right by reincarnation. Because we're coming back as animals. I'm coming back as a doggy. All right. All right, what else? It's your show, pal. It's your show.
Trying to think. See if Be Real came on. Oh, man. No.
So you wait to see if you're. So you'll take a picture, you'll throw it on there, and then who knows when it pops up. The Be Real decides when it pops up.
Yeah.
So it could be like a day.
Yeah, it comes on every day. So.
Okay, so within 24 hours. Like, you're
Yeah.
not waiting 4 days for something to pop up.
No.
Okay, so
it'll be in like the next like 4 hours. It'll probably be. So I was like, oh, I prefer it to come on now when I'm doing something pretty cool, so I can look pretty cool.
Okay, got you. So you did something here. You did it here. Did you take a picture while we were here?
No, I didn't. No, that's not.
What are you waiting to come up?
Be Real, but it's not on yet. Like, I took a picture. I think my last Be Real is from the dog park.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me understand this. I think I don't have my arms around this. So when you throw this on, then it alerts you when.
Yeah. So it'll literally say like 2 minutes left to Be Real. Like, it'll give me a warning. Like, in 2 minutes, this Be Real is coming on.
I got it now. Sorry, I'm a little.
And then your
slow.
old snap will delete when you post. Delete when that comes on, and then you'll be able to post
It's like that
from
Truth
there.
or Dare movie. Sounds a little Black Mirror-ish to me. If you ask me.
I get. Okay,
Maybe I'm not explaining it
I
too
get it
well.
now. So whatever, and you got your phone will buzz or it'll beep or whatever the hell it'll do, and it'll notify you, and then you're like, okay, then I got to take, and it's just a picture. There's no video.
Yeah.
Just
a picture.
You're just snapping a picture, whatever the hell you're doing.
Yep, and I'll get the front and the back camera.
What
So
if you're doing an appropriate thing?
Oh, it'll get the front and the back.
yeah,
Oh, that's even fucking better. So if I'm
Yeah.
going here, it's getting that and me.
yeah,
Oh, that's super dope. Ooh, I kind of like that.
yeah,
Okay, now we're gonna sing. We're gonna hang out until it comes on.
yeah. I know. I'm gonna stay here until like, come on.
And it's random.
Yeah, it
there's-
is random. I think there's like 3
Do-
times of the day that it'll typically come on. I think like 12, like noon, and then mid afternoon, and then late night. It'll kind of like
Can
switch.
you set boundaries on it? Like, hey, look, I'm sleeping from midnight to 6. Like, don't like.
Oh
interrupt
no,
me.
it won't come on like in the middle of the night or anything.
Because I mean, how's it know? I mean, there's time zones different everywhere. So
yeah, I'm not.
But I
I'm
guess.
not too sure about that. I don't know if it like.
All right, how long you been on this thing?
It's been,
How
I
long's it been
think,
around?
like, end of April is when I remember, like, people saying, like, add my Be Real, and I didn't know about it. Like, I was like, what is that? But, like, 2 weeks later, I was like, oh, I'm going to get this. So
That sounds interesting.
it is really interesting. I think it is, like, pretty cool, and I like it a lot. I think it's pretty cool.
The only problem is if you get friends and you get people on it, then it's like if there's nobody that's my age or anywhere
I don't think
close,
there is going
then
to be.
I just look like a fucking super fucking weirdo.
Well, get your friends on it. Come on, that's hilarious.
I know. I
Get
think it would
everybody
be.
on it, and it'll be awesome.
Right. It's not just a young thing. It's
Yeah,
not, you know.
no.
I mean, that's what was kind of cool about TikTok, because I remember getting on TikTok and there weren't like TikTok was really like when TikTok came out, it was really like 8 to 12-year-olds.
Yeah,
And then it morphed into. Then it got into.
No, it was like a
teenage, and
joke
it was
at
good.
first. I
Yeah,
remember it was like a joke, and then people would be like, "You watch TikTok?" I'm like,
Now it's across.
Like,
There's a shit
yeah,
load.
now, and I feel like
Everybody's
it was like the pandemic when that happened. Where adults were like, "What do we do?" Well, get TikTok, and they would get TikTok. I remember my dad literally like being on his phone for 7 hours the first time he discovered it, and then he got up, and I was like, "What happened?" He's like, "My phone died." And I was like,
awesome.
"No, it's freaking
love
hilarious."
that.
I think it's saved
Oh my god, I love that.
some families.
Well, that's how the TikTok stars got real famous.
Yeah,
The ones that
I
got
don't really
big.
understand the real famous ones. I'm like, what do you do? Like
Like
Addison
Josh
Rae. I don't even know who that is. I'm not really in the loop with TikTokers at all.
I think. Well, he was in the house. He was in the house with the Sway house.
Okay, that it sounds
like
familiar.
4 or
Seriously,
5
I'm
other
not
guys.
like I know Charlie, Dixie, Addison Rae, and who's that one?
Yeah, Addison. Well,
I don't really know what they're famous for. I really don't know, and I'm like, you guys should save your money because I don't know how long this is gonna last you. But every time I say that, I'm always wrong. So they'll be around for a while. But I don't.
But they're not the low level influencers though. Those aren't like they're making 30 grand or 100 grand. Like they're like those are like Dixie and Addison Rae. Like they're like
huge.
huge fucking multimillionaires.
They-
Like,
yeah.
massive fucking multimillionaires.
How? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Because they have big time followings.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they have.
I think they're average.
And Addison Rae, I think she's got like. I don't know if
30
she has-
million.
She got 30 million.
Yeah.
30 million is a lot of people.
That is a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
I feel like you say 30 million, I'm like, it's not. It's
Yeah,
not.
30 million.
I feel like 100 million's a lot. But it is a lot. It's crazy. It's like now, like 30 million, like 5 years ago was insane. And now I'm like, it's.
Well, yeah, no, and I think it'll continue on like that.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Like 100 million, that's easy. That's nothing. But.
I mean, because, Joe Rogan's only got, I think, around 30.
Yeah.
I say only.
Only. He'll only.
Should be around 60 or 70, but.
Yeah, 100.
Yeah,
In my
it's a
opinion.
lot. All right. Anything else?
I don't know what else. I need to go and get some more ideas and come back.
You got a ton of ideas. I'm not.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'll sit here and talk with that forever with you. It doesn't matter to me what we talk about. I just, we talked about earlier about your generation. I still feel like you guys are just an incredible generation. I really, really, really believe that. Like I was thinking about this more after we had our discussion that one day, and we were really talking about everything and politics and just talking about society and the world, and we were talking philosophically about a lot of things, and I thought later on, of any point in my life that I've had consciousness of in the 52 years I've been around that I can remember. Probably could start remembering stuff when I was 6, so 46 years. I did quick math there. That was good.
Yeah.
There isn't another generation that I would so believe in to go, like, worst case scenario. Like, if we go, the worst case scenario would be like a world war or war,
Yeah.
right? And not to bring us down or be negative, but like the worst case scenario, that your generation, I think, would kick ass above any generation. Certainly on generations prior to you, the ones that are 10, 15 years
Yeah.
older than you. I think your generation would fight for freedom. They would fight for a philosophy. They would fight for what is right.
Yeah.
What is right?
Like in a war zone, you think that?
I think
too?
in any, and I say,
I'm
like,
nervous
to me
about
that's the
my-
worst. To me, it's the worst case scenario. Like, if
Yeah.
there was a war and we had to fight, and like, I wouldn't want to send millennials to a war. I'd be afraid of that. That they wouldn't be able to win it. But I think your generation.
Well, I feel like
could.
we're also, I don't know, we're like a generation, I don't know how many generations we are out from like our people's parents like actually having that experience and more. And I feel like that, like, I don't know, I feel like if your parents were in that tragic situation where they had to go fight in war, their kids would do, because it would be it would be a trauma that they would have to live with. And I don't know. I actually don't know.
Yeah,
what I'm
I know
talking
what
about
you're
right
saying,
now.
in the sense that they would carry on some of those ideals, that ability to fight. And I just say war in like a physical sense, in a bad sense, like the worst case scenario you could think of, like a world war, right? Like that type of in the trenches. I mean, we would never have a war like that ever again.
Hopefully not,
Like
yeah.
that wouldn't. It's just never gonna happen. We
Yeah.
have too many weapons.
We'd have
There's
a
too
robot
much power.
war.
There's
Yeah.
too much money. We have robots. It'll never fucking happen. But I also mean that in any other type of sense, in a political war, in a financial war, in a religious. And I don't know. I mean, maybe time will
I
tell.
hope you're
and
right, yeah.
And I'm subjective to it. Maybe I'm just like I'm too fucked up, and I can't see things correctly or objectively, and I have a self-interest in it. But I really, really believe in your generation that you're gonna figure things out. You really, really are gonna figure out the world, and you are gonna make the world a better place. You really,
I
really
hope that
fucking
is
are.
right.
I mean, I'm
hope
pretty
so.
excited to see it.
Yeah,
and
me
I haven't
too.
been that excited in a while, like
Yeah.
because the last generation I'm just not that excited by. Just my opinion, not to piss on the
Absolutely.
millennials, but I just and not to be and I'm not trying to say that about every single fucking millennial. I'm not saying that. But,
Yeah.
but as a whole,
The
there was
vast
a little
majority.
bit of entitlement there, and a little bit of like, I want my
Entitlement.
participation trophy. And
Yeah.
it's like your generation, I don't feel like has that as
Yeah.
much. They're kind of like, yeah, well, that kind of went away a little bit by the time your generation came around. Like they figured out, well, it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
And I think you guys are gonna light the world on fire. I've said it before. I'll say it again.
Yes. Keep
until
saying it so we
you
can
guys,
live
don't.
it out.
And then I'm gonna
Yeah.
be like, what the fuck?
Dude, I
What the
believe
fuck is
in you.
going
Come
on?
on.
10, 15 years, be like, what's happening?
Can I say a quote?
Yeah.
I got a quote for you guys.
Yes.
Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. And weak
Weak
men
men.
create hard times.
That's right.
That's absolutely.
Cycle continues.
That
I
is
love that.
a phenomenal quote. I've heard Joe Rogan say it. It's just a phenomenal quote. Read that again, man. You got it. Hey, read that again.
Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. And weak men create hard times.
Yep, that's the cycle.
We are in that cycle.
Yeah. Oh.
Agreed, and I think that ties into. I mean, I feel like that ties into what I was saying,
Yeah.
and that you guys are not weak. Your generation's not weak. It's not weak.
So we're on the strong men.
We're in weak times. I think.
I agree. I think we're in weak times.
Oh, okay.
We're in weak times, but weak times create strong men and women.
Very good. That's great. Well, I gotta say,
And strong men and women create
yeah,
good times.
men and women. Thank you
better
for including
times.
women.
So that's why I have such hope for the future. I really do. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm being an optimist. I'm a dumbass, but whatever.
No.
I'll stick with my positive vibes all day.
Yeah.
Don't fuck it up.
I won't.
Okay.
I'm rooting for us too. Well, I don't
right.
know. We might have to come back to this podcast, see, with some new, fresh ideas
We'll come
and
back.
stuff.
You know what would
I feel
be
like
cool to
I'm
come back with, and have a third person here.
Yes, maybe somebody who might not agree with us.
Yeah, let's have somebody that's completely different.
Absolutely, yes.
That
Pick
would
somebody. I
be
think that would be fun. And
Phenomenal.
I love because I like talking with you too, because you ask these questions that I need to kind of you're on my side, but kind of testing okay, but what about this, and kind of working so we can have a solid solution to whatever I have to say and whatever we're talking about. When I would
But I'm not. But we're a little bit more. We're pretty aligned. I think we're pretty
Same
close
with,
on things. So it would be fun to have. Let's have somebody else on
no,
here
it'd be so fun.
that's so on the other side, but somebody.
I think I could convince them on a lot lot
somebody
politically,
that's not gonna cry and
socially.
run away.
Oh God, no!
Right,
Yeah,
that's the
somebody
beauty.
tough
We're not
and
here to be-
open
yeah.
to changing their minds. I'm open to changing my mind all the time. So
Yeah.
I think that would be so fun. Do you have anybody that? Well, I don't know if you can say it
Yeah.
on here who we might bring, but
I do. I have a couple ideas.
yeah,
I have a
good.
couple ideas.
That would be great.
I have a couple ideas.
Who do you think would mix well
'Kay.
and talk about the most controversial of controversial? What's
Sierra would have been cool to have, but she's completely aligned though.
she is? That's interesting. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I've known her for so long, so
So I interviewed her. We sat for 3 hours and interviewed and talked.
yeah.
And I would say she's very aligned.
Really, that's great. I like her
Yeah.
even more now.
I
liked her a lot before that.
She's very aligned. She, my opinion, she's my perception of it is that she has a pretty balanced view. Some might paint her in a corner, and so some might paint you in a corner. Like if you of course, if you bring up President Trump, the first thing people are gonna be, oh fuck you, you're a Trumpeteer, so fuck you. Everything you say is bad. Then it's that's small-minded, dumb people.
I can
They're
criticize
idiots.
him too.
Yeah. I mean he has done a lot of dumbass things.
Yeah, he said a lot of stupid shit. I think we could.
A lot of dumb things, but he did a lot of.
He's a
good
great
things,
president.
too.
He's a great president.
So, but back to Sierra. So she has views on things that are. She has strong opinions on things. Not so strong though that she's not open-minded.
Yeah.
And that she can't see another side to something. And so super interesting speaking with her and talking with her.
Yeah,
super
I bet, yeah.
interesting. But she has certain values and certain ideals, and she's like, but those are mine. That's how I am.
Yeah.
And I kind of part of me kind of don't give a shit what other people think.
Good, as you
know,
should. Yeah.
it is. She's a pretty strong woman, so it's pretty cool to see that
yeah.
and be a part of that. So it would be fun. I would really, when she was here earlier, I was like, oh, it'd be fun. But I mean, it has to be about you and your voice, But to have her join us at some point, but then it would be all the same. We're all the same on things.
Yeah.
So kind of would be. Let's have somebody. Let's get somebody
Yeah,
on here.
let's see.
That's totally opposite.
We won't get name called. No name calling.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, see, we gotta, look at you too to help us find the right person. We need somebody that is that's not gonna resort to that.
Oh
not
yeah,
gonna name call,
open-minded.
But that's open-minded, but that can help ask questions and push on, the other side.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be great. I'm excited. Count me in.
Let's do it. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
That's cutting. All right.